Hello everyone. How are we today, Zun? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, on. Doing pretty good. Super excited for ASL tomorrow. But in the meantime, we've got a great Group D for you guys in the IPSL.
Absolutely. We got JDConan, Julian, NewOcean, and rasowy.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's a fun little group here. A little bit of chaos.
yeah, ain't bad. So rasowy, pretty solid macro Terran. NewOcean, we were talking a little bit off air about him being a bit more aggressive and cheesy for a
Yep.
Protoss, and JDConan and Julian as the Zergs, probably the favorites of the group. But as we've seen in some of these other groups, just because you're the favorite doesn't mean you're going to be getting through.
No. I think yesterday took any sort of predictions we could make and threw it on its head.
Yeah, the two favorites of the group, one of them getting eliminated and the other one having to fight it out in the losers match as well. So yeah, definitely
Yeah.
a possibility of some upsets to occur in these other groups as well.
Ah. I in this group, I think I want JDConan and rasowy to make it out, which is technically an upset because rasowy got a third seed instead of a second seed just because of the previous result. But honestly, it would be. I think it's gonna be fun either way.
Yeah, I'm super curious. And then, even though we've got two Zergs, we may avoid a ZVZ. It remains to be seen. Although, since they're both favorites, I kind of feel like they're gonna meet each other eventually, if not in the winners match, in the finals match or something.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think we've got a decent shot at a ZVZ today, which I personally
yeah,
find.
yeah, I'm happy with it. I like ZVZ a lot.
It's a great mirror. It's as we talked about yesterday. PvP is technically the perfect mirror, but ZVZ is my favorite.
I used to hate watching TVT back in the day. I've grown to like it more and more in recent years just because the matchup is so much more dynamic now. So I enjoy that quite a lot. I think I enjoy ZVZ a little bit more than PvP, just with some personal bias towards that matchup. It's not easy to play though. Like, it's never really a fun time to play ZVZ. It really does feel like you're fighting for your life from start to finish.
Absolutely, there is. It's funny because if you watch it, 9 times out of 10, if it doesn't end in 6 minutes, you'll see both players sitting back and just building up mutas, and you'll
Mm.
sit there and go, "Oh, this is just a passive, boring. This is there's not a whole lot going on here." But then you realize just how much of a knife's edge. The moment you move out, you die. And I think we saw that in a
Yeah.
ZVZ in Group B. I think we saw that this season already.
Uh, I think we
It,
saw a lot of ZVZ action
it
in
was Group A.
Group A with Striker and Hawk. I think you're referring to.
Yeah, one of them moved around. One of them went to move out and immediately got backstabbed, and it was just game over.
Yeah. I mean, such is the nature of ZVZ, and things snowball so quickly. Even if you don't get backstabbed or caught out of position, just the muta versus muta fight itself, like one tiny advantage is all you need to scale out of control. Whether that's like a free volley that they don't return, or getting some good zoning with the scourge, and you manage to catch them running away, or anything like that, can very quickly lead to a loss. So you have to be so dialed in and in a flow state or something like that to even have a chance against high level Zergs.
Yeah, and it's tough. It's really the best I got is that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just so tough.
And there's not really a way to practice it. Like, in back in the day, people used to play tons of muta micro maps, but honestly, there is nothing that replicates like a muta scourge versus muta scourge battle in a UMS setting. So you don't really get a lot of practice unless you actually grind out a lot of ZVZ games. And not many people want to play ZVZ in like a custom 1v1. Usually you're just getting ZVZ on the ladder for the majority of your practice.
God, I wish I got a ZVZ on the ladder. I can only find Protosses. I'm pretty sure there's like a certain level that if you're below like 18, 1900, it's only Protoss.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they're the most densely populated race, right? You're gonna run into loads of them. I guess you run into less and less Protoss the higher you get. Like once you get to like AS level, suddenly
Yeah,
the amount of Protoss is a lot less, and the quality of games is so crazy. Like to get A rank with Terran requires quite a lot more player development than getting A rank with Protoss. Like a lot of
yeah,
Protoss players end up kind of having to relearn the game once they get to like an AS level because there's like certain fundamental skills they didn't need to get there.
yeah. It's you can kind of monkey your way up to a ladder to a certain point, right? And
Right.
then
Yeah.
you finally hit the wall of, oh, I actually need to know how to play this game.
Yeah, it tends to happen between A and S, I think, is like the wall that a lot of people splat into when they're aping around.
Yeah, and well, that I think that's good for the game on some level that you can play how you want and still get some
Yeah.
progression. But then
Well, it's kind
you have to work for like the real stuff, you know?
Right. Well, it's kind of like that for all of the races, not so much Terran. There are some nuances there, but for Zerg, you know, you can kind of do what you want as well to a greater or lesser degree. Until you get to a very high MMR, you can do what kind of strategy and style you're most comfortable with or enjoy playing the most. It's only when you get to like the highest levels of play where it's like, oh, actually, I need to be a lot more, you know, meta gamey with my strategy. I can't just do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Which sucks because I very much like playing anti-meta, which is why I never will improve on the meta. Like I'll never get good at the game, but
Mm,
I accept it. But it's fun. And that's the thing is I I peaked at like 1650, but that's just, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do some dumb things. But if you actually sit down and you grind it out, you get a lot better.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's respectable. Like, there's a lot of people that are very low MMR in StarCraft, and I think most people, when you're trying to learn the game at a higher level, you tend to lose more than you win. I mean, that was the case for even like some of the foreigner pro gamers back in the day, like John Petrie. Gur was his ID. I think he had like a 35% win rate against pros for a very long time until he started winning more and more. It's kind of like
Yeah.
a trial by fire. You know, you're like sort of letting yourself get hammered in the forge over and over again, and you either end up a useless pile of slag or a finely honed blade, one of the two.
Yep. And sorry, the players are asking questions, so I'll just respond to them. But yeah, it's either you come out good or you come out you don't not good.
Yeah, yeah. So are we playing the games in a different order now? I think we're waiting on someone, so
Yes.
we're doing Julian versus Rasowy first.
Yes. So
Yeah. So JDConan seems to
just
be running a tiny bit late to the party, but that's okay. He's going to be fashionably late. It means we'll be getting into a ZVT to kick things off here in the IPSL Group D. It's going to be Julian and Rasowy in just a few moments after we get ready.
yeah, a little bit of confusion, but sometimes a player shows up and goes, "By the way, I need an extra 10 minutes at like the start time." Like, all right, yeah, we can do that.
Well, I hope you boys are ready for it because we're about to jump into it, guys. The IPSL Group D first match. It's going to be Julian versus Rasowy on Octagon. Let's get it started. And spawning here in the bottom left on Zerg, Julian. And his opponent in the top left on Terran, it's Rasowy. Looks like Julian swigging an espresso or something in the camp.
Taking shots before his game. That's how you deal with CVP. I had made a joke earlier. He's like, "Oh, I'm just waking up and everything." I'm like, first of all, What? Second of all, oh, it's CBT. Just slam a beer, you'll be fine.
So what would you guess? Is that some alcohol or is that an espresso? I'm gonna guess an espresso to
I'm
wake
gonna
up.
assume espresso, just for the sake of
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But
I mean, that'd be kind of a mad routine to like wake up and knock back a shot. You know, that's some functional alcoholism if I've ever seen it.
maybe he just, it's an Irish coffee, right? You know, a little bit of Bailey's in there.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. So it looks like rasowy going to be walling in the natural. This has become so popular in recent years.
Yeah.
Maps like Polypoid were so OP because you can kind of do a tight wall in some positions with the Marines still popping in behind the wall. And there was no gap, whereas on pretty much every new map now, we're like forcing the Terrans to have a gap in the wall to balance things out.
Yeah, a tight wall is quite strong for Terran. I mean,
especially in the natural.
Yeah. As a certified Zerg player, I much prefer them to have a gap in the wall. But
yeah,
at the same time, SCVs are so powerful that it doesn't matter if you rush them because somehow they still hold.
Right. So it looks like Julian sending out a drone scout. This was a 12 hatch and looks like he's not optimizing for economy, so he's going to make an 11 pull as well. He's not going to do like a 12-12-12 and try and go like a really fast 2.5 hatch build.
Yeah.
And rasowy spots the drone scout moving out cross map, so he's going to very quickly identify the spawn location of Julian down here in the bottom left.
And this is peak playing StarCraft, quote unquote, as you should, where you go 12 hatch, you send your drone diagonally across. rasowy sees it, knows, oh, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do, and goes and gets the scout.
Yeah, I like the cross-map drone scout. If you scout something like an 8-rax, like it's not an auto-win per se, but it puts your win percentage up immensely. If you can delay that 8-rax, it's kind of insane.
And that's the peak reason to look for it, right? All right, I'm being greedy here. I've got to at least know what you're up to or know if you're nearby or not.
Yeah. And rasowy, he's going to get a pretty fast command center out behind this. It's going to be a 1-rax FE from him. Curious to see how he'll follow up. He's a very standard Terran. I doubt we'll see anything too fancy at all.
Julian's a very aggressive Zerg.
Yeah. And he likes his mind games, so he might get a little bit tricky here. Like sometimes you'll see Zergs on the ladder, they'll like make a den and a spire, and it's like, am I going lurkers? Am I going mutas? You figure it out.
And I love being able to do that. The buildings themselves are relatively cheap. It's just actually making the units that cost a lot of money, unless the hydras. But so you can really play those mind games well.
Yeah, like Julian's the kind of Zerg that Artosis hates to play against, right? Like it's just a bit cheesy, a bit aggressive, a bit risk-taking. Oh, Artosis lost?
Yeah, I think that if I remember correctly, I think it was the round of 16 group. He beat somebody, lost to Julian in the winners, and then played Dragon in the deciders and lost, if I remember correctly.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that RD dropped his game against Julian. I think his style is perfect against someone like Artosis. You try and play too honorably against a guy like Julian, you're probably going to have a bad time.
Yeah. Artosis is very much like DeWalt, where he's going to play the game the way he thinks it should be played, except DeWalt's really good at it, and Artosis is not nearly as good at it.
I mean, I respect it, but I also don't think you should expect other people to play a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got control over how you act, but you have no control over how other people act.
Yeah, that's why DeWalt never gets out of a qualifier for ASL, because the creators look at him and go, we know what you're going to do.
So Julian hiding his Spire in the natural to make it a little bit harder for rasowy to spot it, but SCV lives long enough to come and check that. Does get us around though with the drones on that SCV to finish it up. That's nice. It's going to be a 2-rax build from rasowy. This is a pretty common Terran opening. It's super good against early lurkers, but we rarely see early lurkers with a 2-hatch build for that reason. That 2-rax kind of just shuts it down so well.
Yeah. This is 2-rax opening is probably the most perfect opening that Terran can have at this point in terms of optimization. I
Well, there's
remember
some
1 Raxacad was popular for a while, but 2 Rax is you just have more Marines in unless you're trying to hit like a really neat timing, which Dirk kind of figured out.
well, there's like a light build where he wants to go. Oh, he's actually gonna
He's gonna try
pressure
this.
the front here. No, I don't
Okay.
think he's gonna go.
Just say
Yeah.
that's a little nuts.
You shouldn't, right? Because, like, yes, technically you can just barely break those 2 Sunkens, maybe, but even if you do, the Mutalisks will clean you up afterwards. So, yeah, it's wise not to challenge these Sunkens at the front.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10, the moment you stim in is when the mutas pop, and suddenly you're just having a real bad time.
Ooh, might catch a Marine or 2 on the exit. Only just now got the 5th muta, so was having a little bit of a hard time one-shotting those Marines.
Yeah.
As long as rasowy can keep these Marines balled up, he should be okay. Let's check in the main base, though. Mutas want to put on a little bit of pressure, but this turret configuration isn't messing around at all. He's taking this super seriously.
Yeah, this is the right way of doing it. Respect your opponent. Even if you think you can win the game, respect your opponent. Build your turret. Beautiful scan in the bottom right. He knows Julian. He knows what this guy's about.
Yeah, he actually delayed turrets in the natural, but he's pretty sure that Julian won't probe there too quickly. Usually you want to prioritize turrets towards the direction of where the mutas will be coming in. It's a long way to loop the mutas around to the natural, so he delayed those to optimize stronger defense in the main. He can actually hit this engineering bay, but he might end up losing this 3rd base in the bottom right because rasowy isn't responding to these mutas.
No, he's just gonna walk right on in here. Losing the eBay while it's getting +1 sucks, but trading it for a base, every day of the week, I think Terran will take this.
Yeah, I think for sure you would say that the killing the 3rd is a priority over protecting the +1. It is annoying for the Terran, but it's much worse for the Zerg overall. He is going to get a delay on this factory, which is good. And trying to punish the low Marine count inside the main base. A little bit of flimsy Mulus micro there. I'm pretty sure Julian's going to blame lag at some point.
If he had a full stack of mutas here, this is the perfect opportunity to try and burn down some turret. You pick off the eBay. You see if you can. I mean, he's got so many turrets. It's kind of nuts, actually.
Yeah, well, he's kind of identified that the one way I can lose this game is to like a Mutalisk all in or something. I don't think that's what Julian is doing, but it is making him very stable and allowing him to commit to the front with a lot of bio. He is getting some lurker eggs on the way, but they're not quite hatched out yet, and they're really far in front, so he might be able to find a way of punching. They pop out just in the nick of time.
Oh, there it is. Money spine.
The timing on those lurkers, man, that's kind of insane. And he can also run up the left with these.
Oh, this is dirty.
Yeah, because he can like maybe get a contain on the Terran as well if he wanted to. Like 4 lurkers containing a Terran is actually like a nightmare to deal with. Takes a long time until your vessels are out and what have you. And yeah, this could be a death sentence for rasowy, but he also needs to be careful about, you know, maybe this 9 o'clock being taken out as well.
Yeah, I thought for a moment he was just going to play defensively with them, but, well, I guess he is still kind of. Maybe a hold position if we try and pull the bio into these.
Yeah, I think that's the idea here. Oh, they're definitely on hold position.
Oh,
will he step over these lurkers? He's so close to.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Yes!
Oh my god!
Yes! He gets the whole bio ball.
Yeah, rasowy kind of like tilting his head and like pushing against his cheek with his tongue.
Yeah.
He's gonna tap out. GG. Julian going through to the winners match, and rasowy kind of sulking a little bit after that game, I imagine. That's brutal, man. He did not expect a whole position lurker there.
Oof. Ah, that was beautiful.
Yeah,
like as a Zerg player, that was beautiful. As a rasowy lover, that was painful.
Yeah, it depends on what side of the aisle you sit on, whether or not you were grimacing or laughing at that. Well, pretty quick game. Is JDConan actually here?
Yes, he is.
Okay, good. We're not going to be waiting around on him to show up to the party.
Uh, Sorry, I'm just getting everything organized. So he's here. That means we can go right on into match 1 after match 2, which is obviously the correct order of things.
Yeah, yeah. But we're doing a countdown right now, you know?
Wait, what's game 0?
That's going to be tomorrow. Flash versus Jadong. That's definitely going to be ground zero.
I think you're right on that one. Man, I can't wait to watch that. It's gonna be so good.
I cannot wait, honestly. I'm kind of hoping that I don't get too excited because I need to sleep on time to make sure I can get up in the morning and get ready for it.
Imagine waking up on time.
It's like being a kid at Christmas, right? Like sometimes you get like too excited and you can't sleep.
Yeah, that's a yeah. That sounds about right. Uh, as soon as it, because I probably won't be able to watch it live because that's at like 2 a.m. my time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have all day Monday to look forward getting home from work, sitting down. It is April 20th, so you sit down and enjoy some StarCraft because there's no other way to celebrate a Monday than StarCraft.
Well, if you guys can't wait for the YouTube upload, it will be. You can watch the VOD right away on the Super platform, right? A
Yeah,
lot of people have been
ASL
watching
English,
the
right?
VOD. Yeah, on ASL English. If you really can't wait for the YouTube upload, and just so everyone knows, the reason why that's delayed is there's like a new team at Soup, and they've like given out really strict regulations and forcing us to delay the upload. I guess
Oh,
for the purposes
interesting.
of the Soup platform getting more traction and more views and what have you. But it is what it is. We have to kind of delay our uploads now for YouTube.
Interesting. I mean, I was always wondering why they didn't push their platform harder.
Mm,
Like, because it makes sense to actually like, hey, we own a platform, and like, why aren't you using it? To me, that's always made sense. To like, hey, do it here like what Taste Toast is doing, right? Day 1,
yeah,
it's on Soup. Day 2 or 3, it goes on YouTube. To me, that has
yeah.
always made sense as a from a platform perspective.
Right, right. And now we're basically doing the same thing. Like
Yeah,
we're kind of uploading around about the same time, maybe a tiny bit earlier, but not much.
that's fine. You guys are the
And
more better casters, anyways. Oh, did I say that? Did I say that out loud? Whoops.
yeah, that's a matter of opinion. I like Artos' is casting a lot. Um, as far as Tasteless goes, I think he doesn't have as much passion for the game. I don't think he keeps up with the game a lot. I think that he's a busy guy. So
Yeah, that's fair.
maybe as a duo, they've deteriorated in quality a lot. But I still think Artosis is a fantastic caster.
I agree. It's I think Tasteless has just got a little too much going on these days.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, he's running RSL, which is huge right now. He's obviously got his own stream and everything else he does. It's,
right.
I mean, credit to him. Like,
Yeah,
20 something years on, they're still keeping so busy with StarCraft.
yeah. I mean, they definitely get well compensated for it. There's definitely a lot of love for them in the community still. So I think the karma is still running strong in their
Yeah,
favor.
which is honestly good for them. Like, I feel like a lot of people look at them and go, "Why are they still around? They're old." Blah 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 blah. It's like, no, it's good to have them around, even if listening to them is more
Yeah,
for
yeah,
hearing
yeah.
Taste to say the same three things over and over again.
And there's lots of nostalgia, right? Like some
Yeah,
people have been listening to them forever, so it's kind of nice to go back to what you know as a viewer, right?
yeah. All right, looks
So
like
I've
we're
got nothing
set
but
here.
respect and love for those two.
Yeah,
But yeah, let's jump into our match number one: JD versus Conan on Octagon. Let's get it started. Spawning here in the bottom right, the young blood himself, JDConan, on Zerg, and his opponent in the top left on the ape race Protoss. It's NewOcean.
I all I know about him is that he NewOcean. He's played a little bit before. but I know he streams, and I know a lot of people say that he likes to center gate or some form of early gate aggression. So I'd be curious if he opens gate first here.
This is a massive wide open center, which is good for proxy gates, but actually a lot of people don't proxy on this map a whole lot. We've only seen a few proxy games. So yeah, might be just a gateway expand or something. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think honestly because it's so open, it's also a curse for proxying. It's very easy for, especially against Zerg, for just run out a bunch of lings and get a huge surround. There's no there's no ways to stop the surround unless you're microing around your own building, which you should be doing, but at the same time, you know.
Yeah, Dominator was really good for that because you kind of had these like pillars that kind of blocked the surround on the pylon. It was really good for proxy gates.
100% agreed. But
yeah,
like I said, oh, it's an home 9-9. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this is the sort of thing you would see on like Fighting Spirit back in the day, kind of walling in your natural with a couple of gates.
Yeah.
It's pretty aggressive, but it's not super all in as well. You do have a point of transition out of it.
Yeah, it's the nice thing for Protoss doing this at home, right, is that you're still going to use your gateways in 5, 10, 30 minutes. Your gateways are still going to be relevant, you know? And
JD's a vibe, by the way. I think he's singing. He does that a lot.
I love it. I remember this was IEM Katowice, the StarCraft 2 Grand Finals of 2020 or 2021. Had to have been 21 because 2020 was a month before COVID. And so it was all online. And the kid who ended up winning it, Rainer, great guy. I say kid, he's like 22 now. He was, so yeah. Subtract a few years. He was just rapping the whole time, and it became a running joke. Like, we all want the Rainer playlist. And he's like, if I win, I'll drop it. And so he went and he dropped it. It's just all like Italian rap. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Oh, all right. Ooh. They high-five each other on the way out.
Yeah. This was a hatchery first from JDConan, and it's cross-map. Usually you'd want to start a creep Conley right away, but hasn't elected to do that this time. He's going to use the HP on the hatchery as kind of like a resource and let him poke away at it for a while. Yeah, he was going to take a third hatchery. At the moment, he's not doing that. Wonder if he'll throw down a creep now, or if he's just going to try and hold this with lings. He knows it's cross map, so he's got a few extra seconds to play with.
Yeah. I think the creep would be good, just because if you put it, now that the creep's expanded a bit, you have space to put it where it'll be useful long term. Like, when you only have those first few hexes of creep around your hatchery, you end up putting it like here or something, and it just sucks forever. But you can get it like up here now, so that way when you build your like Evo chamber hatchery wall, it can still be relevant against mid-game pushes.
Well, these openings are the same, but we got the foot gamer moment from Lava when he was against Legend from Fighting Spirit. Basically the same opening, and yeah, he was using his feet to macro.
Yes.
That was pretty hilarious.
That is a moment that will live on in esports history, I think.
Yeah, well, 5 Zealots now with the probe. 2 of them very low HP. Drone's going to come up the line to body block the Zealots from retreating potentially. Additional Zealot shows up. Technically, NewOcean can make this work still.
Yeah, this is just a lot of Zealots. The math for Ling versus Zealot gets so fuzzy when it gets up to these numbers. You just need a lot of them.
Yeah. If he waits for these extra 2 as well, it's going to be pretty crazy. He's going to have 7 in just a moment.
Oh,
ooh, JDConan gives the ridge to NewOcean.
So we have 3 hatch larva production, which is good. I still would love to have seen a creep count, at least in the main, right? At this point, we're reaching the number of Zealots that will just burn down this hatchery before you can really try and stop it.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, he's got the Lings out in front to catch the additional Zealots that show up, but this is becoming a problem. These 7 Zealots are also recharging their shields meanwhile.
Yeah.
Okay, speed is done. Now a much better chance to engage for JDConan. It's a reasonable wraparound. Maybe he can clean up all of these zealots before an additional pair arrive. It does look like he's going to be able to achieve that as well.
That's
He's
beautiful,
done a really good
actually.
hold here. Yeah, he's done a great job. And since he didn't throw down that creep colony, his economy isn't too terrible either. I think he made a macro hatchery in the main.
Yep.
Yeah. He's got a lot of production available to him now.
And he's just gonna link flood from here, I bet. Forge coming up a little late.
Yeah, I think NewOcean is in a lot of trouble. I don't think he even has a chance of transitioning out of this. I think the cannons are too slow in the natural.
Yeah,
JDConan might just be able to run him over right now.
Yeah, he's just... Oh, there's a gap there.
There certainly is, and he's got a pretty good surround on these two zealots. Probes coming up the line, see if they can help out a bit. Another couple of zealots finishing up, but look at the mini-map. There's so many more zerglings en route right now. There's only a matter of time. Yeah, NewOcean is basically dead at this point, unless there's a major blunder from JDConan. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think we're moments away from seeing our Protoss player tap out here. So it's been a really good response from JDConan. If only it wasn't cross map, maybe this attack would have been a little bit more successful. Yeah. GG, well played. NewOcean going to be dropping down to that losers match to face off against Rasowy. And JDConan advances to face off against Julian. We're going to be getting that ZVZ.
Yes, we are. Two players who speedrun the first matches. Now they get to ZVZ it up.
Yeah. And who knows, could be one of those like 1 in 1,000 games where it actually goes super late. You know, it's very rare, but it's possible that, you know, you go into Defiler, Devourers, and all kinds of crazy stuff. There was a ZVZ, a pro ZVZ we had where we even saw Ultralisks. It's kind of insane, but it is possible.
Yeah, I love me some late game ZVZ. It's just Ultras aren't good.
Well, Ultras are good under Dark Swarm against a few lurkers. That's like the very niche situation you might want to make an Ultralisk in ZVZ.
But even then, like, they die because Hydras deal explosive damage, so they'll end up dying to Hydras really quickly.
If they're under Dark Swarm, though, you know,
that's true.
You can make it work.
If you can get them under there, otherwise you just gotta let the lurkers rip through them.
But we're talking like 1 in 10,000 plus games. Like it's super rare. That's even being generous. It's probably closer to like 1 in 20,000 or more.
Yeah, I don't think the odds of us seeing it are so low. I don't think we need to worry about it. However, if there was ever a Zerg who was gonna try for that, it is Julian.
Yeah, we'll see. And we are going to be playing on Generator. It's a pretty good macro map, so anything's possible, I guess.
What we really need is there's a guy Lightstorm. He's a Canadian. He's like B rank, I think.
I know him.
Oh yeah. He plays Hydra ZVZ, but more importantly, he plays like at a LAN. He plays in cartoon mode with his headset off, talking to everyone around him.
I used to play a little bit of cartoon mode in BWCL back in the day. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. But like, I walked up to him at Montreal LAN, and I was like, "Hey, you're playing your game?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing my game." As he got his headset off, and I'm like, "What the heck?"
Well, jumping into our winners match, Julia versus Conan on Generator.
Oh, this is gonna be good. You ready for all the lag complaints?
Spawning in the top right corner as the yellow Zerg, Julia, and his opponent down here in the bottom left on the blue-gray Zerg, it's JDConan. Cross map. Oh, bit of lag there. You see him shaking his head. You see Julia shake his head.
Yeah, there it is. I mean,
got my excuse in the pocket to use. Oh, it's a 5-pool. It's a 5-pool.
No way.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Julia is getting spicy.
He's like, screw this, screw you and your lag.
I'm not gonna mutilate micro in this. Are you crazy? Well, it is cross map, so that's a small win for JDConan. But it does mean you're less likely to see the links running to your base as well.
we're going quick hatch here.
Yeah, well, 9 hatch makes the most sense on this map, I think, in terms of
Yeah.
like mineral optimization. I do think that's a good response. Against a 5 pool, I mean, technically he can live.
Yeah,
It's not going
it's
to
40
be easy.
seconds. You know, it is.
Yeah, it might make the difference because it's cross map. Like he might just barely be fine against this because you're going to get like 8 lings all at once from the first 4 lava when the pool pops.
Yeah. All right, lings are out. He is scouting every direction but the one he needs.
Yeah, I wonder if he sends the lings cross map anticipating needing to send them there. That's probably what most Zergs would do, kind of
You're
send them
supposed to,
towards the
yeah.
center. Yeah.
If
That'll
you,
help him out a little bit.
yeah, theoretically, the proper 4-pool etiquette on a 4-player map, or 5-pool in this case, is you
Right.
send your overlord where it's supposed to go, right? Down to the corner. You then send, ooh, we're gonna get it sunk. Yeah, of course we are. This is why
Okay.
you. This is the thing with a 5 and 6 pool is you gotta bring it. The drone that scouts it is always gonna build a creep colony.
Yeah, I think JDConan's in trouble, man. Like his
Yeah,
pool's
this
only
is.
just now finished. And he's gonna lose his pool. I mean,
Yeah, he
I guess
can't.
he can make the sunken, but
Oh,
this
great
is gonna.
drill,
Oh,
actually.
yeah, the drill is pretty good. He hasn't got the money to make the sunken. Actually, a bit of a
No.
mistake from
He's
JD
got
Conan.
all of his boys are off the line.
He hasn't got enough money to make the sunken. He's gonna lose the pool.
Yo!
He
Nothing else matters from here because we have the sunken in the natural. Drop like an Evo chamber here or something to wall it.
He's actually. Is he gonna run by? I think he's
I
gonna
mean,
run
smart. Running by is the smart play here, I think.
by. Yeah, well, he knows that if he just lets him drone up, it's not good. But he actually did make more lings.
There's no
He knows
spawning
that.
pool. Yeah, come drop the sunken back here. Yeah.
Yeah. You can wrap around a drone from the other side and still deal with this. But the fact
drones
that he
will not kill
wasn't
this.
able to make a sunken, if only he had 50 minerals banked up to make that into a sunken, this game would look a lot different.
Yeah. Oh, Julian, not quite looking.
Oh, this game is wild.
Yeah,
the sunken will finish with hardly any HP left.
Yeah,
it should be tied to one shot as it pops. There we go.
Crazy. I didn't realize they could do that much damage to it over time.
Yeah. As long as you put the 2 drones on it, more or less when it starts, you can kill it in time.
Yeah. Good to know. I'll remember that for when I'm cheesing.
As a fastest player, these are the kind of things you need to know.
Write that down, chat.
Oh, jeez. Well, bit of a weird situation. I think JDConan might be dead since he's having to remake this pool. I don't think this is going to work out so good for him.
I mean, yeah, I don't see any world where he can live with this. I don't think you couldn't hand this to Soma and he would still lose. I think, you know. GG's.
Yeah, well, not necessarily. Maybe Soma would have been careful enough to have enough money to morph the sunken in the
fair.
main. This game would look a little bit different.
I'd be curious if like you pick it up as Julian's lings get to the spawning pool, and like, all right, Soma, go from here, right? And kind of see how that plays out. Can he save the pool? Does he make the sunken? You know.
I think Soma would win in that situation, honestly. And I think he would do the Ling run by, but he would run around the center rather than through the center to avoid the additional Lings and then get on top of the drones and the sunken holds with a drone drill in the main.
Yeah. I definitely think it's possible to hold that. And you're right, maybe Soma probably could, because it's Soma. Let's be honest here. It's kind of good at the game. You know, if I had picked Soul Key, you know, he probably loses because it's CVZ, but
yeah, Soul Key's really good, but ZVZ isn't his strong suit, to say the least.
yeah.
You could argue that one of the reasons he got those 4 back-to-back titles was because he was able to finesse his way in the group selection ceremonies and pretty much avoid most CVZs.
Yeah. honestly, it's a generational run just because he never really had to play ZVZ.
Yeah, and now we've got like lots of Zerg players back, right? You got like Lava back, you've got Soma back, you got Jadong playing in peak condition. Effort came back to playing. Yeah, like he had a bit of a lucky run in that regard.
Yeah, it's really impressive. Like, honestly, I don't want to take away from his accomplishment, you know. Back
Absolutely
to back
not.
to back
No,
to back.
still
Incredible
impressive
run. I still think he's worthy of the Bonjour title for how well he played.
for
However,
that time for sure. Yeah.
yeah, I will say that it is like the smallest asterisk of never playing a ZVZ in that generational run.
Yeah, because you could argue that like to be a Bonjour, you need to be a god in all three matchups.
Yes,
So
and that is
there's some
it's the same
there's some
reason I want to give
arguments
Snow
against that.
Bonjour, you know. And it's but if Snow won 4 ASLs in a row, I'd be a lot more willing to give it to him.
Which is why we all are so fascinated by Flash, because he's an absolute beast in all three of those matchups. That's what's so crazy about him.
Yeah, it's
All right.
yeah.
Well, game 2 now between Julia and Conan. It's going to be on Sylphid. Let's get it started. And spawning here in the 12 o'clock position. Currently 1-0 up in the series. It's Julian. And down here in the bottom left, without a care in the world, still singing along to his song as the Teal Zerg, it's JDConan.
This is. I would not have expected Julia to make it out of this group first. Like, don't get me wrong. He's a high level player and he's got the skills for it, clearly. This was not on my bingo card for today, though. Like, I would have assumed rasowy would have won. You know? Like,
Really? I don't know if I agree with that. I hear what you're saying, but personally, I think like a macro Terran has a hard time against a tricky Zerg. Like we see that with Artosis as well. So I actually did have Julia as a favorite over rasowy.
That's fair. I can see it. I just figured that rasovy's macro would be because Julian obviously survives on the funky plays and the crazy things. But those can only get you so far. Like, if there's enough of a gap, the macro is just too strong.
Yeah, but, I mean, let's be honest. We're not playing at Korean pro gamer level.
That's fair.
You know. It's like watching Mong in TVZ. Like, he's great at macro, but his execution and micro leave a lot to be desired, and that can be exploited by a Zerg.
True. And now, beating JDConan, obviously, game 1... weird map, cheesy play. I still think I favor JDConan in the series. He has really looked good recently, but this is match point. The tournament, you know, he's got to make it through to the deciders if he loses this game.
Yeah, well, this was a quick pull gas from JDConan, whereas Julian went for a slightly more macro-centric pull of one base. So he technically has a build order win. You know, he's got a slight eco lead over JDConan, but not by a lot. Like, build order wins are not that important in ZVZ as people think they are. Like, you can always play from a deficit.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
There is very few true build order wins, like hard stop, I did this build, I win now, in ZVZ, in my opinion. Because at worst, right, if you do like a 9 pull speed against the 12 hatch, you'll kill the hatch probably, right? Unless, you know, depending on the quality of the other Zerg.
Yeah.
But they will still be able to hold, and then you just one base versus one base muted, and then it goes into another. The game continues more often than not at a higher level.
Right, right. We've seen in the ASL as well, where like one player gets a small build order lead and then ends up losing anyway. Like, yeah, it's not that important. It's more to do with like the micro and your decision making.
Yeah.
So I think this was a lair first from JDConan. I'm pretty sure he went lair before speed here, so he's optimizing for his Mutalisk timing. But that also kind of takes the wind out of his sails and putting on much pressure to Julian, who will have 2 hatcheries worth of macro soon.
Yeah, the extra larva count is going to help him a lot. But his Like, he just started his lair, you know, while the Spire's cooking for JD, right? So he has to spore
Julian,
up.
well, potentially. Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's some situations where you can defend with Scourge, depends on the timings. I'm not sure if he got his lair quick enough for that. I'm pretty sure he can't. I think
No,
he
we saw the
may
lair
have to
start.
spore up.
So I think his lair
So,
started
yeah,
right around the time that the Spire started.
probably would be smarter to spore up a bit in his situation. Check the natural expansion right now. He's pressuring a little bit with his own speedlings.
Yeah.
I wonder if Julian's figured this out, because I mean, JDConan eased off the gas right away and pulled back, so he didn't necessarily see that he had no speed to begin with. Now he sees the timing of the Spire, but now there's a sunken and he's got a wall in, so let's see if he can break him. He's got the wall in just barely set up in time. With a sunken behind this. I'm not sure if he's going to actually get in to punish this Spire timing or not.
At this point, JD should fall back. You don't want to lose all your lings at the front. You want to have a few to dance around the sunken, try and keep it safe. He's floating his larvas. He really wants these mutas, but
yeah. Well, now there's a chance that maybe Julian can punish this. You can't really hit the Spire without the sunken hitting you though. So
yeah, it's the
kind of have
location.
to go. You can go for the drones a little bit, like he might want to stab this one drone at the bottom, but he's not electing to do that. Looks like he's going to pull up his lings and maybe pounce in from 2 angles now.
Yeah. The thing is, he's waited. Now the mutas are going to pop in. While mutas don't kill lings quickly, like, they will do it over time, especially with the glaive bounces.
Yeah, if he does force the mutas to chase the lings around, it buys time for spores, but it looks like the mutas are making their way across the map instantly. He comes in though, see if he can snipe a drone or two. He is not covering his mineral line in the main with those spores.
Oh, no. We had like, what do we have here? 8? So we lost like 2 drones there?
I think JDConan can just punish the main base, because this spore is terribly positioned.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he can actually camp the main base. You can't hit all of the patches, but you can stop him from mining optimally.
Yeah.
On some of them.
I mean, you could stop basically all of these patches.
Yeah. Oh, he actually does punish a mistake and gets 2 drones. Not bad damage. It's currently 9 supply to 19, now 8.
Yeah, he's got 1 drone in the natural, so he's got a total of like 6. Like, he killed a bunch of drones, but he also has lost a bunch of drones.
Well, what could have been smart is if instead of making additional mutalisks, he only made these 3 and made lings. Because there's a chance that there's not much minerals for Julian to pump lings and spores, so he could have come in with like 4 to 6 lings and get the spores in the natural or something like that.
There it is. Okay. I was about to say, I was going to let you finish, and then JD did it anyway. You need 1 more drone here. You need 5 drones for consistent muta production.
Yeah. Well, including the 3 on gas, but yeah.
5 mineral drones.
Yeah, I feel like JD missed a bit of a trick here. I don't think he realized how low the economy for Julian would have been. I think if he had only made those first 3 mutas and instead the rest of these mutas were lings, he could have came in here and just punished him way before these lings were out.
Yeah. It looks like he's just fine going a little bit later here. Hopefully by now, with all of his scouting, he should. Yeah, he's pulled off a gas entirely. I'd love to see just lings from here, which is what it looks like we're gonna get.
Yeah, we'll see. He did have some gas banked up as well, so he's not worried too much about that. But it would be nice if he does squeeze out just a bit more eco, so that he could also maybe take a natural hatchery as well.
All right, 2 lings are gonna come in here. They're scouting. They see everything. They'll get a kill.
Oh, he does get a drone.
He gets 2 drones.
Oh, that's actually pretty huge.
All right,
that's pretty huge.
We're actually burning down spores over here.
Yeah, but he did rebuild a spore in a much better position, so a lot harder to harass these drones now.
But yeah, I mean, these 2 lings could just go across and get so many kills if Julian keeps sending things across.
Yeah, JDConan realizing that lings might have been the answer, but he's identified that a little bit late as well, so not sure he'll be able to punish too hard with these.
both of them just trying to stockpile lings around the map. And it's a great thing to
Trying
do.
to diversify their portfolio.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do. It's important to do as well, especially when the muta, like when you get big muta versus big muta game. If you can just have a few lings at any moment ready for a backstab, it's great. You hide a few around the base because if you got mutas out, you should be scouting around trying to find these ling backstabs that are ready. So there it is, GLs.
Not sure how lag played a factor in this game, but okay.
It's a factor in every game, obviously, because Julian's playing.
Yeah, you're right. It's either good lag or you're map hacking or stream watching or something, you know? Combination of those things.
Yeah.
I think Warfix was actually really mad at Julian because I think Julian accused him of stream sniping or something like that.
He's accused everyone of stream sniping.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why IPSL, we have some simple rules. You don't stream on your own personal stream, and we have a 90-second delay. Solves all of our issues.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
There have been some, I don't want to say credible, but some reasonable accusations of like stream sniping, and we're like, all right, we're just gonna solve all of these real quick. This is how it's gonna be.
Well, it's good just to not have the element of doubt, right? When you've got the stream delay, it's like we're not even thinking about it.
Yeah. And I know like ESL used to push for a 2-minute delay, and I'm pretty sure like EWC uses closer to a 5-minute delay from me asking people who were there in person, comparing. But I think 90 seconds is like the sweet spot of we can still interact if chat's saying something, like if there's an interesting topic in chat we want to bounce off of, or if, you know, there's like any number of things that we can get into while still being interactive.
Yeah, and it's just long enough that it really does make any advantage from stream sniping as minimal as possible.
Yeah. If you see someone's hatchery go up in a 90-second delay, by the time you get there, it's up. They're already got stuff there.
Yeah, the only case where that wouldn't be, the only case where it would be a problem with is with ninja expansions.
Yeah.
Where like you take a random base on the map and they like, even though they see it late, they know it's there. That's like the only real issue. But you're going to get that with a 2-minute delay or a 90-second delay. That is what it is.
Yeah. If people want to cheat, they're going to cheat. I think the long and short of it is kind of that. Like, well, people are going to cheat, they're going to cheat. But I think we can do our best to make sure it doesn't happen. And when it does happen, it gets pretty obvious, especially with the delay. Because if this base has been up for 90 seconds and then suddenly, without doing anything, you're like, oh, a base, and you just beeline towards it, I think, you know, we can all kind of go look at that and go, dog.
So Julian seemed pretty salty after that last game. Is basically saying it doesn't matter because if it's so laggy kind of thing. But he didn't even have to micro Mutalisk, so I don't know why he's so salty. If anything, that was harder for JDConan than him. But yeah, we'll leave it there.
You know, if players will be players.
True.
And I mean, I have learned organizing tournaments that high-level players, they are particular, is the best way to put it, is that everyone wants something, everyone has expectations, and when they aren't met exactly, it's a problem. And whatever.
Well, the cider match, Julia versus Conan on Attitude. Spawning here. In the bottom left, the yellow Zerg, Julian. And his opponent in the top left, rocking that navy blue, it's JDConan.
All right. Map number 3. We get a Deciders game in the Winners Series. You know, can't be too upset about this so far. 3-game ZVZ. That's all I could hope for.
Yeah.
As a certified Zerg enjoyer.
Curious about the strategies now between these two. He was complaining about lag, so maybe something like a 9-pool speed could come out here from Julian, or it could be like a 9-hatch, 10-hatch all-in laying. There's options if you really don't want to go into a mutalist game.
I think at 999 is a lot of fun. It's not as good these days, obviously, but I think it's a fun ZVZ series build. Really good one.
He is gas jerking.
Okay. 10 pool, maybe? Or are we just gonna
could be a 10 hatch as well.
Yeah.
Could be a 10 hatch. Yeah.
There's no. This is the weird thing about like gas tricks these days, is a lot of people just do it to have the extra drone.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Because like some people do it just out of like old habit. Like we used to gas trick a lot back in the day in StarCraft, and it kind of fell out of fashion.
Yeah.
But people still do it from habit or what have you. It's gonna be 11 hatch though this time around.
Yeah, versus an overpool gas looks like.
Yeah, looks like that. So small build order win now for Julian. Can't be too unhappy about that. But Conan going to be getting that first scout with the Overlord as well.
Yeah. This is things are coming up Conan right now. You definitely saw that hatchery and bounced out.
Yeah, he doesn't want to let Julian know that he's top left, so he's skirting around with this Overlord.
This is beautiful. These are the kind of things that make you a high-level player.
It is. Like, some people just wouldn't even think to do that or bother to do it on the ladder unless they're, like, really high up there.
Yeah. Like, these are the kind of things that you see a lot more in tournament play than you'll see anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like,
you do kind of want to min-max every aspect of your game in a tournament if you can.
Yeah. Like, on ladder, if they... Like, he will care a lot less about his Overlord getting spotted on a ladder game than match point in the winner's match, of his group.
Yeah. Well, he's still going to pressure this hatchery with a bunch of lings. A little bit slower than a 9-pool, but can still put a lot of damage onto this. And he's going to force a massive drone response from Julian. That's 9 drones coming off the line to drill this.
Yeah, you've heard of 9-pool, but what about 9 drones?
Ooh, pretty good slide, but does lose a couple of drones immediately.
That's no good. That's immediately worth it for JD to kill 2 drones.
Yeah, he does bully back the lings for now, but JD's going to come in for round 2 as well. He's got some more lings arriving to see if he can get a good angle on these zerglings of Julian. He thinks better of it, though. He knows there's defender's advantage, so has to be very careful about pushing in here. He's going to instead try and do a bit of a run by with a few speedlings on the left, see if he can maybe snipe a drone or at least force mistakes out of Julian. Also opens up the opportunity to run into the main base with a couple of zerglings. Yes,
and controlling this is nuts. Like, lings barely ever go where you want them to, and he's doing this in 2 groups at a time.
Yeah. Ooh, he's kind of threatening the idea of a drone stab, but trying to get a better concave in the ling battle.
He's got to be careful,
so far, Julian doing Julian's making a few small errors with his ling positioning. Almost potentially could have lost a drone there as well as bleeding a ling for free. But he holds on. Now there's ling speed for Julian too. And with that additional macro hatchery, JDConan's got to be a little bit more tentative, pull back to his ramp and go for this muta timing. And he did delay a lot of the mining for Julian right now, so it's going to be really tough to afford the spores.
Julian just has to try and get damage done at this point. Gotta at least keep the mutas at home, if nothing else. Oh, hello, we're just going to come in here before the conga line's done. If Julian was paying attention, he would have just walked right on in.
Yeah, he might just want to A-move into this now and hope for the best and then reset up a arc over and over again. Spire's done with mutas, going to be on the way, but I'm not sure if there's a sunken or not. Does he have a sunken?
Yes,
he does have a sunken, so he's somewhat safe against this. I don't think Julian wants to rely on a spore transition. He hasn't quite got the money for it, so he's going to try and put on a lot of pressure. Might be able to get a lot of drone kills here. Muta's just popping out. Oh, I think he's just barely okay. He's got enough drones to make non-stop mutas, but it did buy time for Julian to get set up back at home as well. Spores will be finishing up in just a few moments.
Man, I would love to see him do what you thought he should have done on Sylphid, where now, just pump lings. You've got the mutas, they're going to harass, you forced out your spores. Now just pump a lot of lings.
Well, it's less good here because there's a few lings for Julian if he didn't just give them away for free. And his mining isn't as bad as it was on Sylphid. But yeah, the same thing kind of does apply. You could still just, you know, make 2-3 mutas into non-stop lings and hide them, and then go in right as he's droning up. And yeah, that's definitely a viable option.
Let's see what pops out of these things. Okay, it is going to be more ling. But
yeah, he knows that he needs at least a couple of pairs because there's a few lings on the ground already that he didn't finish off.
Yes. Ooh, grab a drone. Got some lings. Oh, he wants to see if he can get another drone. He's gonna circle around. We got 2 more lings here, and he is just cycling lings in, with the mutas just waiting for something to come to these patches.
Yeah, really though, the mutas should be on top of the ramp, shooting the lings as they come down from the other hatchery. That would have been better for Conan here.
100% agreed. Where? Did he lose a muta? We've only got 2.
No, he only made 2. I think he only made 2.
No, because he had 2. I could have probably had a third one. Maybe I'm.
Now we saw 2 mutas pop, and there was a egg on the way, but it wasn't a mutalisk.
Oh, that sounds about right. All right.
Well, Conan trying to take a hatchery, but Julian pressuring a few Zerglings with the mutalisk here. Should eventually clean this up. Not too big a deal.
Yeah, it's all about them glaive bounces.
A lot more Zerglings coming out, though, from Julian. He really wants to snipe this hatchery.
Yeah, if this hatchery comes up, JDConan is pretty equal, right? I mean, he's actually going to be pretty ahead at this point.
Yeah, he'll be ahead if the hatchery goes up, but I don't think it is going to go up.
No, we got to cancel it, I think. He's going to try and hold out for the last second, keep these lings as busy as possible. Oh, he thought about putting... If the lings go up the ramp and commit, he was just going to redrop it.
Yeah. Yeah, right now Julian is doing slightly better. There's just not that many drones for Conan. He really wants this hatchery online.
Yeah, this is not that good for Conan.
I mean, obviously the mutas will be super late for Julian, but it doesn't matter as long as he stops this hatchery going up, and there's not that many mutas for Conan either. Okay, he's stabilizing though. He will eventually get this hatchery online, but Julian's still making non-stop Zerglings. At least to put on some pressure, but I don't think he's making enough to kill the hatchery now unless Conan doesn't defend it.
Yeah, as long as we're keeping an eye on these lings.
He sees the links coming out with the Overlord, so he should have a good enough response.
Yeah, I honestly probably wouldn't go too far from the natural choke at this point. Like maybe if
he's gonna find him.
Down, but yeah, you see, he just missed 2 shots right there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. This is where Conan blames lag.
Yeah, I was gonna say, talk about lag.
All the 3 lings blocking on the ramp, stopping a Rambo. But yeah, on paper, Julian is doing pretty good.
Yeah, this is...
He's going to have more gas. He's got plenty of spores. As long as he doesn't die to a ling flood or something like that, he should be good. There is going to be a macro hatchery in the main as well. So Conan will have a lot of production, but he's going to take some time catching up on the drone count.
Yeah. So Conan has the advantage that right now Julian has to just sit back. He's sending out a couple of lings here and there, but they're obviously not going to do much anymore. Maybe try and snipe a drone if JD's not looking. But realistically, Julian has to sit back, get his spire, take his time with this for now, which allows JDConan to do exactly the same, except instead of a spire, he's going to get 2 more hatcheries, get his natural going.
And squeeze out some drones, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely squeeze out some drones. This is beautiful.
Yeah. There will be a gas advantage for Julian, ever so slightly, overall.
Yeah,
but not by much. Not by a whole lot. There'll be like maybe 100-200 or so gas advantage. It depends on when Conan takes this natural gas.
Yeah.
It will start to stack up though. Yeah, if he doesn't take this natural gas soon, that gas advantage is going to get more and more. Okay, that's not too bad. Right now, he's basically at like a 400 gas advantage. That's going to end up being closer to 5.5, maybe even 600 once this gas finishes and start mining.
Yeah, but it's gonna take a while to come. The advantage JDConan's gonna have here is these extra larvae, right? Is that?
Yeah, he will have more tempo because he can spend his gas faster with the extra lava, and he's already got a few mutalisks finished up already. So there is a tempo advantage for JDConan, but there's also spores. So
Yes.
yeah.
And he is still droning up heavily here. I don't think he should know by now that the mutas should pop soon.
Julian's being sneaky. He's taking a ninja in the bottom right. That's actually really smart. Will he find it or not with the Scourge?
The thing is, scouting with Scourge is the worst thing to do because they have no vision. So even if they had flown right here, he probably would not have seen that hatchery.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we got another pair of Scourge for Julian this time around, also kind of doing the same thing.
They're gonna hit the Overlord. Ooh.
Nah, you don't want to.
Yeah.
You can, but you don't usually want to do that. It's only if you want to win on tempo, and I don't think that
but
you
it's
can
a very
gain much
Julian
benefit.
thing to do.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it in this situation unless he plans on attacking soon. But I guess this could work out. Like, he has got a decent count of mutas now. There is a chance losing this Overlord matters, and he just killed another Overlord out on the map. So actually, it will factor in after losing the second Overlord in the middle. Yeah, now this actually can matter.
Yeah, we're up to 6 mutas, 7, 8.
So you can see a slight advantage for JDConan in terms of HP as well, and the production. But the longer this goes on, the slightly better it gets for Julian. I wonder if he started an upgrade as well. Like, as soon as that Spire popped, he could have started Carapace immediately.
Yeah, you should have an upgrade coming. I'm surprised JDConan doesn't have any upgrades yet. His Spire's been up long enough. He should have gotten +1 at this point.
Yeah, I'm super curious about the upgrade timings. I imagine Julian went for an upgrade. I'm not so sure about Conan.
Yeah, you usually get +1 armor immediately.
Yeah, but sometimes you might go attack since the other guy's got spores. There's a little bit of an argument for killing the spores faster, but armor is superior to weapons in usually every other instance.
The main reason
you're reducing the incoming damage by like 2.2 overall.
Yeah.
Because of the bounce.
Yeah, it stops the blade bounce. Oh my lord, this is crazy.
Ooh, the Spire is in danger as well.
Yeah, JDConan without trying to punish the base, which he's gonna.
Oh my god, this is crazy. Oh, there's Scourge though. I can see if we can get some good snipes on this, prevent too many drones going down, but once the Scourge dry up, suddenly the drones will start falling as well.
Yeah, there's still
Julian having a bit of a hard time controlling these mutalisks, but he will be able to get quite a lot of damage done before the mutalisks of JDConan can get back home. This is crazy. He has got Borrow actually, so he saved some of the drones.
That's beautiful. Alright, these mutas are gonna find the third base.
Definitely a big advantage for Julian though, at the moment. JDConan's not even mining until these mutalisks get home to clear everything out and let the drones get back to mining.
Yeah, that's so painful, the amount of lost mining. Because he's been on 39 minerals for so long now.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with attacking the bottom right with mutas when you know he's got spores, so the chance of him not attacking you is so slim. Oh, there's that funny thing where if you don't borrow quick enough, it unburrows automatically.
Yeah, it's such a... I don't want to call it a stupid feature because, you know, I have just long accepted that everything that Blizzard did is just how the game's going to be forever. So I've given up on calling things stupid. But
it's a little bit lower than natural. Yeah. Seems like they did it for like the campaign or something, you know, and it doesn't quite translate to the online gameplay so well.
Yeah. Julian taking a huge advantage at this point. Look at this, 30 supply up in a ZVZ.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I'll be pretty shocked if JDConan somehow wins this game at this point. It looks so bleak.
Yeah, he
Check
really
the
needs to
upgrades,
sit
by the
back.
way.
Yeah,
Oh, +1 for JDConan on armor, and same for Julian. Okay.
He's gonna try and save these overlords, but I think he really needs to just sit back at home and protect while because he has 3 hatcheries, right? So once he starts getting drones going, he can actually boom his economy pretty quickly.
Yeah. Taking a few risks by catching these mutas for free, but now he runs the risk of getting his main blown up again. 12 mutas making their way downtown. There's a couple of Scourge to respond to this, but he is at risk of losing a lot of drones now.
Good thing Zergs don't have scan.
Yeah. He borrowed them just in the nick of time where there's no chance. These ones might die. Oh, no, he's going after the Spire. Okay, a few drones going down.
Alright, we split off the pack here.
Oh.
Well, that was a little wasteful to Scourge, but kill's a kill, I guess.
This is such a bizarre ZVZ, man.
This is one of the ZVZs of all time for sure.
He's gonna go back into the main.
IPSL delivers a weird game.
This is the problem with Burrow. Even if you've got Burrow, just unburrow if you get a little bit of damage on him. Does manage to clear up the mutas.
It also takes a while.
Third is under attack.
Julian is losing a lot of mutas though as he does this. But JDConan's gonna tap out.
Yeah.
GG's. Julian makes it out first in the group, despite the lag.
Crazy.
All right, well, let's get the winner's interview rolling.
Yeah, let's see if he wants to do it.
All right. Well, I'm sure he wants to. I'm sure he will enjoy talking about this. Oh, it was just laggy, but I'm so great that I won. All right. That's my prediction of what he's going to say.
Yeah, let's see.
All right.
Where do I connect mic?
Into the computer, probably.
Yeah, that helps.
Oh. Helps if I click on copy link instead of join VC.
Yeah.
Discord, man. Oh my god. I hate Discord so much. Because it pops up that invite to voice thing. So when you try and click around it, it just ends up clicking you into the voice chat.
You've had to restart the stream twice for me now.
Yes. There you go. There we go. So, because when I join the casters channel, it has that little like invite people to the VC. And as I go to click on like the round of 24 chat, that goes away, so everything moves up. And instead of clicking the round 24, I click the player voice chat.
Nice.
We'll get there. Discord's a hard at. Apparently, I'm not the only one who struggles with Discord, so we'll take it.
Please stand by while we try to connect you.
There he is.
There we go.
Hello, hello. You are muted, but we've got him.
Oh. And he's gone again.
There we go.
Can you hear us?
He's muted, but he's here. Oh,
Oh,
he keep.
and he's gone again.
I think he's trying to he's trying to figure out a mic issue. All right,
Yeah.
there we go. You hear Julian? Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Oh,
Perfect.
there we
Now we
go.
can hear you.
Nice.
Excellent.
How are you
How are
today?
you feeling?
Thank you. Almost fine. Slept for like, 4 hours at the best night.
Yeah, it's rough when that happens, man. But you managed to get out of your group first. Had a pretty convincing win over Rasowy and a pretty nice ZVZ with JDConan. How are you feeling about those matches today?
Uh, there was a bit of lag, against JDConan.
Yeah.
I like the 4-pool game. I like the 4-pool game.
Wasn't it a 5-pool? You went
It was 5-pool, wasn't it? Yeah.
5-pool. 5-pool,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a very fun game to watch. There was a moment there was like, is he gonna? No, he can't. And oh, he did.
It's a fun map because it like speeds up your timing. So that 4-pool, 5-pool is like super fast.
You are the first person to cheese on that map and actually win.
It's very likely that the other guy is going to go for a 9 hatch on that map as well. So it's a nice little meta game, I think, to go for a very quick pull.
Yeah.
So, Julian, you're through to the next round. Is there anyone in particular out of those 4 seeds you want to get?
To be honest, I do not even know who's seeded. So
it is Dragon, Bonus, DeWalt, and Zeke finally confirmed he's dropping, so it'll probably be 0. I meant to message him before the group.
Any non-ZVZ is all right.
You just don't want to play ZVZ, basically?
Yeah.
Not against your favorite Bolivian Zerg, JDConan.
So what matchup are you most comfortable with out of ZVP and ZVT?
And to be honest, all my matchups are like pretty much the same, but there's a randomness to it, which isn't fun.
Okay.
And so I'd rather play like Pony, who's super good, than random ZV.
Fair enough. So how long have you been playing Brood War for? When did you first start?
You know what? We did try Brood War in like '98 by connecting through cable. Probably didn't start online since like 2003, 4.
Okay. Did you play any other games, or is like StarCraft your only thing?
Brood War is the main thing, on and off.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what about StarCraft do you love so much, and what makes you want to compete in tournaments like this? What drives you?
It's like it's a competitive game. That's the whole point, figuring it all out.
Yeah.
Beating opponents, that's fun. Proving your play.
So mainly just the competing and the winning element is what you care most for?
Yeah, I mean, lately it's also streaming, because streaming is fun. I probably wouldn't play Brood War if I couldn't, stream it.
Okay.
Oh, that's fair.
So what about streaming do you like so much?
No idea. I just like it.
Okay.
It's fun.
Like something along the lines of hold position lurkers against Rasowy. Was that fun?
He almost had me in that game. Should that not work? That'd be problematic. But I saw the SCV. I saw the SCV that he was not. I was actually moving those 2 lurkers from the bottom, so the SCV could see them. That I'm just putting the units into position, so he wouldn't know there are like 4 more at the top.
Yeah, it was definitely a nice
fun
sneaky
when
play
it works.
Yeah.
But it worked. You got the whole bio ball in like 3 swipes and instant GG. So
go on.
I don't know. I actually really didn't have a question.
Well,
you can go.
How much do you play, Julian? And do you do anything in particular for preparation in tournaments like this? Like, do you study anyone's style, or do you just play some games to practice? Like, what's your training regimen usually looking like?
Lately it's just ladder practice.
Okay.
I'm coming into the games. I had no idea what I'm gonna play.
Okay. Did you
Okay.
like freestyle your builds on the day as well? Like you don't have anything in mind beforehand?
Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Do you never prepare a build ahead of time? Do you just do whatever you feel like when the game goes live, kind of thing? Or do you think about it before the match starts?
There were definitely tournaments where I prepared, but today I just didn't have the time for it, and I made the builds on the fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you said you only got 4 hours sleep. Like, why is that? Like, why is your sleeping pattern so upside down right now?
Oh, you know what? It's like personal thing happened, like a small emergency. I had to take my mom to the ER
Oh.
at night,
Oh no.
and
I'm
we
sorry to
spent
hear
like
that,
4 hours.
man.
Nothing serious,
Okay.
fortunately. Nothing
As
serious.
long as she's okay.
Okay.
That's the important part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing serious, but yeah.
Well, I think that's a fair reason to lose a bit of sleep, but you got out first. You know what that means. It's nap time.
Yeah, make sure you get some more sleep for the next round of the tournament. You're probably gonna need it. But congratulations today. Is there
GGs.
anything you want to say to maybe some of the people that watch your stream and supporting you here today?
Good lag.
Thank you for hosting this tournament. Thank you for also watching, and I hope Rasowy makes it as a fellow Polish player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank
Alright.
you so much, man, for tuning in and giving
GGs.
a little bit of an interview. And GG's, you played well today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All
take
right.
care, man.
All right, guys. That was Julian, who is out first in his group. Next up, we have the losers match of rasowy versus NewOcean. How about a best of 3
Nice.
PvP? And, well, I think that will be very interesting if NewOcean is the cheesiest man alive, like everyone wants me to believe, and rasowy, the mechanical machine that he is. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think that could be a very interesting matchup. I'll be rooting a little bit more for rasowy out of the two. I know him a little bit more and would
Yeah.
like to see him go a bit deeper into the tournament. So I hope he does win. But could go either way. I think sometimes those cheesy ape Protosses get the better of Terrans, and certainly could happen again to rasowy.
All right. Well, we'll find out after this short break, guys. When we come back, rasowy versus NewOcean losers match. Whoever doesn't win is out of IPSL for the season. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We are back. Hello, guys. We are into the losers match of rasowy versus NewOcean.
Yeah, should be a good one. I'm gonna be rooting for rasowy in this. But you can never count out the Protoss ape, right? Like as long
Yeah.
as you have some kind of cheesy builds prepared, just aggressive style in general, you can beat a lot of decent macro Terrans. And so yeah, I imagine we're going to be seeing some shenanigans in this best of three. I doubt that NewOcean's going to just let rasowy macro up every single game.
No.
You kind of don't want to though, right? Like sometimes you've got to be a bit cheesy and a bit aggressive. You can't just let the Terrans sit back and do what they want all game long.
No. I think in this matchup more than any, but StarCraft as a whole, you really need, you win a game because you don't let your opponent do what they want to do. Like, the easiest way to win is to get away with doing everything you want to do, and then you just win the game.
Yeah. You see that with Terran more so than the other races for sure as well. Apparently NewOcean
Oh.
having some hard time finding the game, so bear with us while we get set up here. First map's going to be Generator again. We saw our first successful cheese on that with Julian's fire pool. Not too convinced we'll be seeing a cheese like a center gates from NewOcean here, but it's possible.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking at the map for the first time, so.
Okay, let's give them a few extra seconds to check the map preview. It's basically like a Frankenstein of, it's kind of got like the mineral patches of 76 with the fastest hallucinate mineral patches, the little bit of themes from circuit breakers and some map geometry and base layout from maps like Attitude as well. It's an interesting map.
Yeah, it's so interesting that no matter, like, so many different playstyles have been on this map, and they've all kind of ended up as macro games, minus our last one.
Yeah.
But
well, looks like both players are ready. So let's jump on into it. The losers match here in the Group D IPSL between rasowy and NewOcean on Generator. And spawning here in the top right on Terran, it's rasowy. And his opponent down here in the bottom left on Protoss, NewOcean.
Apparently these guys are like friends in real life too, as before the game started today, both of them arrived early and were talking, and they're like, oh yeah, let's hang out Thursday.
Yeah, I think they were like scheduling some food, getting some food together or something like that.
Yeah, so it's really cool when you have people who are like the community, right? StarCraft isn't in a vacuum. We actually all like get to talk to each other, and if you're lucky, you get to hang out with each other.
Yeah, I mean, in some regard, you could kind of see a lot of gaming communities as basically like an interactive chat room. It's just you can play games with each other as well.
Yeah. All right. Looks like both of them not quite sure on the splits here, but honestly, that's the kind of thing that I don't think a lot of people are going to get until the grand finals, where they've actually played on it several times.
Right. And NewOcean is not throwing down a gateway. This could be a Nexus first build from him to start things off. And it's cross map.
I'm pretty sure I saw Artosis in the chat earlier. He knew. His Terran senses were tingling. He was like, there's going to be a cross spawn Nexus first. I need to be here for it.
Can't keep getting away with it.
Oh, I love this game. Love Protoss.
Yeah. I think this is nice, if you're not going to go for cheesy aggressive play, let's go for cheesy eco play.
Yeah. I love that both of them are considered cheesy. Like, oh no, you got like a Nexus first. That's cheesy. It's like, well, I don't know, but I guess.
Yeah. I think Protoss, you could argue that the Protoss players are the realists of the world, there's no fair and love and war at the end of the day.
Yeah. Love, war, and Protoss. There's nothing. No.
Yeah, in some regards, it is the Chad race. Just no shits given. Don't even need to practice that hard, and just, you know, show up on the day, play your heart out, and hope for the best.
I think I need to switch to Protoss.
Yeah, I hope it's a good time. They're also like the most flexible in terms of being like versatile with their build orders and such. You know, they're more forgiving race, and obviously their units have more hit points. So, you know, if you make a small error with your army engagements and positioning, usually don't get punished too hard for that.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. If I ever played Protoss, though, I don't think I'd have a game go past 8 minutes.
Give yourself some more credit.
No, I'm just a very cheesy person.
Yeah, I actually taught one of my friends a new fastest build for Protoss. It's pretty sneaky, like getting really fast Zealot speed as well as Templar. So you like go for like a storm timing inside the main base.
Oh, that's a neat one.
Yeah, you basically show up at like 6 minutes with like 15 speed lots and a couple of high Templars.
Okay, so I'm gonna write that down. But back in this game, it looks like rasowy did what we were talking about yesterday, I believe it was, where the follow-up to Nexus First is, you know, a lot of times either you're going to be super aggressive or you're going to drop like a 15, 16 CC. And it looks like rasowy has just opted for that slightly later CC to try and keep pace.
Yeah, this is a bit more of a reserved CC timing off of one factory, not too crazy. So
yeah.
NewOcean is definitely going to be ahead in that regard.
It's interesting to go for such a late CC. I'm putting late in quotes here because it's still a bit quicker than normal kind of CC. But when you go against the Nexus First, especially cross spawn, I feel like you either need to commit to the aggression or commit to the quick CC. But when you kind of run these middle ground builds, you're just kind of behind in both regards.
Right, yeah. I mean, we saw this problem reflected in Artosis' game with what the Protoss was doing against him. They were playing a very like mid-range style. And against a macro Terran, that's not usually the good play. You know, playing safe is actually a problem against someone that just wants to macro up. And now we see the roles kind of reversed here. It's even going to be a 3-gate observer from NewOcean, so he's playing like super safe and standard after taking the 12 Nexus. So this would be a good opportunity for rasowy to get greedy himself and go for like a mine triple expand, but I don't think that's in his wheelhouse. I don't think he'll try and pull that off.
No, that doesn't feel like something he would do, at least in the games I've seen.
Right. I imagine he'll still play pretty orthodox regardless of what the Protoss is doing.
Alright. Very healthily timed mineral to third base.
Yeah, gonna get in there with some vultures. Maybe you can get a mine laid down onto that Dragoon, but doesn't find a connection on it.
No, but he has zoned it out pretty much for everything at this point.
Yeah, maybe he can get this mine connection. Yeah, it's something. Does kill a Dragoon. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's nice. You don't get the delay, but you get a goon for your troubles. We'll take it.
Yeah, he's gonna need every help that he can get in this game, and hasn't bled off his vultures, so... And he hasn't had to make tanks is another key thing here.
Yes, the longer you can avoid tanks, the better, because vultures have a lot more utility.
Right, yeah, vultures are the attacking units, and tanks are like the defensive units, at least at the start of the game. And so he's going to try and double down on his vulture harassment a little bit and see if he can get some damage. Does kill another Dragoon for his troubles. Ain't bad at all.
Yeah, this is looking like a really solid start.
Well, especially because it was a 3-gate opener from NewOcean. Like, he kind of slowed down his third, and after losing a couple of Dragoons, it does even things out ever so slightly. And it looks like rasowy actually will take a relatively fast third base off of this. This could be like a 7-minute CC. This is pretty damn quick.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. NewOcean doesn't want to leave his natural because there's so many vultures running around. They're definitely gonna dive in the moment you walk out, which means that Nexus is just kind of stuck here. Like, you can't get probed to it. You can't do much with it.
Oh, he's trying to get a tank down here as well. This is a little bit ambitious. I'm not sure this will pay off. It's a nice idea here from rasowy. I don't necessarily agree with bringing the tank down here, but it does kill a Dragoon.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good tank
Ooh.
shot.
Yeah, good shots.
It even gets one more off before it dies.
Gonna see if he can go for a run by now with the vultures.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Is that you pull him out of position and then you immediately try and dive in. And that's what NewOcean saw it coming too.
Yeah, well, considering he's opened up quite orthodox, he's now changing things up. Like, look how late this eBay is, and he made such a third CC at the third, so he's not doing too bad himself relative to this Nexus first opening. I think rasowy, as long as he doesn't get timing attacked before he's got that many tanks, should be in a pretty fantastic mid game.
Yeah. I'm curious, are we gonna stick? Okay, no, we are gonna drop a 5-pack.
Yeah, he was just cutting it so he could squeeze out this CC a lot faster.
Makes sense. I mean, 4-pack will still get you going. You'll get your tanks out on time because you still got your 2 machine chops down. It really just kind of affects your vulture count. Which, I mean, clearly the vultures are doing pretty good, so.
Yeah, and there's not yet speed lots to punish the vultures going down, so it's not a bad timing to trade vultures for probes right now.
Yes. I think that's about the best we could. The best you can get out of your vultures is clearing a whole mineral line.
Yeah. You can maybe mine up this 9 o'clock as well. Keep track of when the Protoss wants to take their 4th base here, because, you know, very greedy 4th is possible.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, it actually dies?
That's a shame.
I feel like there was a shadow patch at some point, because observers never used to die to turrets. I've watched them do stuff like that and survive with 1 HP, and then like a year ago, they just all started dying. I don't know what happened. I feel like the Blizzard changed something. You know, they won't tell us.
I highly doubt it. Can you imagine how angry people would be if they tried a shadow patch?
Yeah. They just, even if they just tried a regular patch. Oh no.
Oh, not like this.
Oh,
my
his
gosh.
cam just cut out too. Oh, that's not good.
Jeez. No way.
Welcome to the beauty of online events.
I mean, he's in a fantastic position as well. This
This
is rough.
is rough.
We
saved it.
He's still in.
We
He's
saved
still
it.
in it.
That's fine. No camera. We don't care about the camera. We care about the game.
Yeah, as long as we don't have to reset the game, we're happy. And he's even back on the cam now as well.
Oh, we're cooking.
His torrents finished downloading and he's locked into the game again.
Yeah, back in the old days where everyone was either picture Fisher Price modem or stop downloading adult material.
Oh yeah.
Every time someone lagged.
Well, this is a pretty fantastic spot for rasowy. He probably wants to go up to about 7-ish factories. You can stay on 3 base and go like 8, 9 factory. You at least want to make 7.
Yeah, I feel like with the mineral only though, you definitely aren't getting, because you won't get any extra machine shop unless you're.
No, but you can have like basically 6 factories doing nothing but pump vultures and 2 pumping non-stop tanks.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, we're just scouting around the middle, trying to clear up mines, but he's just somehow managed to avoid every patch of mines.
Yeah, he's gonna go to the 12 o'clock right when rasowy was maybe thinking about starting to set up a 4th base, so gonna get a delay on this and also get some insight into the game plan of rasowy.
Yeah.
He's actually staying on 6 factories for quite a long time. He's just now throwing down those additional factories. It's a little bit behind schedule, but it doesn't matter too much. And equally, NewOcean taking his own 4th base now at the 9 o'clock.
The nice thing for rasowy is, even though his factors are late, which shows a little bit, and the fact he's starting to build up a bit of extra minerals, is that he had his 3rd base so early at least. It's not like the only thing that's behind is really the factory. He's still got everything else kind of moving along. He's getting his science facilities, getting his port DC even. He's got both of his armories.
No. Everything's looking pretty good. He's got his science facility on the way as well, so we can get +2 weapons rolling.
Yeah.
I think he can be pretty comfortable with this situation. There's not much to go wrong about this.
Ooh, drops. Looks like.
That could be. Yeah, could
don't-
also just be for a science vessel, you know. But he is strapped for gas right now, so I don't think he'll make a science vessel for a long time.
Yeah. I also feel like you don't really need. Oh.
Ooh.
You know what?
No.
Cloak Race. I don't know if he scanned this, but I honestly think Cloak Race are one of the best counters to carriers. Like, if you have the control for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Now a lot of
That's
people do it and
definitely
don't
true.
have the control for it, and they fall flat. But
Right.
if you're quick with your scans to pop their observer, and then you just dive in.
If you want to be really fancy, you get optical flare and you blind the observers with medics and then fly in with the race.
Now that's flexing. Do we get some
Yeah,
ghosts and
that's-
lock them down too while we're at it?
That's some OG Pimpus plays type stuff.
And I think we need to bring back Tempest plays.
Yeah, we probably should. It would be kind of funny.
There's a lot of things I'd like to do if I had the actual time for it and resources.
Although,
Like, things like Tempest plays and stuff, like game of the week type stuff. Just like all these different types of content. That'd be a lot
everyone
of fun.
is so good now, though. Like the threshold for what is a Pimpus play is very high. So those clips would be nuts.
Yeah. And I think also nowadays, since everyone's so good, if you're encouraging, like, hey guys, we're going to have the Pimpus play, you know, maybe like for the IPSL season or something. You're going to get people doing some crazy things just trying to get the Pimpus play award. Oh.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, no.
He's eating some mines.
Oh, the observer got a little too far ahead.
That's the problem with observer speed, man.
Yeah.
When you haven't got it, it's a little bit too slow sometimes. When you get it, it's too fast. Need a baby bear observer.
That's, you got to move command your observer onto your units, so it just follows them around.
Right. Well, this is a pretty scary move out from rasowy. He's maxed out. There is a carrier transition from NewOcean, though, so he is on a bit of a clock. Still got another couple of minutes until there's more than these 3 carriers, but for the time being, this attack timing could be seriously hard for NewOcean to hold. He might actually have to fight with the first 3 carriers, which haven't had a time to get up a healthy count of interceptors even.
No, and revealing them this early allows rasowy to have, like, just the beautiful reaction. All right, we know they're coming. We can start our mass Goliath production.
Now, ideally, you want SCVs with this army because you want to start like making a field of turrets outside their natural. There's like one where you can kind of guarantee shutting down the carrier play. But he has got a reasonably healthy count of Goliaths. Yeah, no, he's got a decent amount of Goliaths.
I have a feeling he must have scanned them or something, or at least had the notion that it was going to go carriers on this map.
I think so. It's hard to say for sure because of the attack timing, but because he was close to max. But the fact that he's got this many Goliaths with the attack makes me think he did scan them.
Yeah, because he clearly stopped his Vulture production to get more Goliaths out.
Yeah, and he's got a ton of factories behind this and so much money, but...
And 12 o'clock now fully set up for mining.
Hasn't got a lot of gas, but he is also going to be rapidly expanding. He's taking the 3 o'clock as well. He definitely needs to squeeze out as much gas as possible to keep non-stop Goliath production rolling. A few tanks splintered off to hit this 9 o'clock, but they're going to be gunned down by the interceptors of NewOcean. For some reason, hunting down Dragoons.
All right, boys. That's not where I would have put you personally, but...
Well, he's targeting the carrier rather than hold positioning against the interceptors, so the Goliaths are bugging out a lot right now.
Oh, this is pain.
Ooh.
There's enough products coming up here to clean this out now.
He has got another round of Goliath showing up, so maybe he'll be okay. Kind of needs to bait the carriers out and then jump on them.
Yeah. He's going to lose all his tanks to do it, though.
Yeah, and there's more and more carriers starting to filter out. Now we've got 6. Haven't yet got full interceptor count, but it's starting to get scary here for rasowy.
Yeah, you just... Once you have enough carriers and interceptors, Goliaths just derp out trying to shoot them.
Yeah, sometimes you'll just hold position, the interceptors down, knowing that you can't really get in there to snipe the carriers, but he hasn't really done that enough. If he was putting these on hold position a lot more and gunning down interceptors, he might even be able to keep attacking because there wouldn't be enough DPS to hold him back. But as it stands, NewOcean survives for the time being. He's also getting this expansion up here in the top left. As long as he's got a few bases mining, these carriers are going to get crazier and crazier.
Look at this beautiful Sim City.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Right? Oh, we're getting raced.
Ooh.
There's no way we're not getting raced with this. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like
yes.
it. Looks like it. Looks like it. And he's got that extra gas at the 3 o'clock now, so he should just barely be able to afford it all, as well as making tons of Goliaths.
Yes, this is beautiful. This is everything I could ever want.
Yeah, well, Goliath's in the top left, trying to see if he can clear out all these probes with some vultures. He hasn't got that many units up here to actually fight the carriers, but for some reason 3 of the carriers that just got built are going over to this 3 o'clock base. He needs to be careful. If he loses these carriers for free, he's going to be losing out on a lot of tempo.
What, you don't like the 3 carrier, 3 dragoon run by?
No, that's a build I'm not that familiar with, to be honest with you. The 18-minute 3 carrier, 3 goon timing attack. Hey. I don't think that's in anyone's bingo card.
Well, that's just because you don't play Protoss like this man does. He's got 130 APM, and that's also his Protoss IQ.
But it was pulling these Goliaths out of position for rasowy, so now these other carriers can start to hit this 12 o'clock, and the Goliaths are nowhere to be seen. They're out towards the center of the map right now. He actually might get a kill on this CC. This is a pretty big move.
Yeah, this is why Wraiths are so much better. It's because they're quick. It's a lot easier to, on a map like this where you're gonna get pulled apart by carriers. The Wraiths will allow the mobility.
And there's no observer with these carriers as well, so if he does get a healthy count of Wraiths, should be able to shut these all down.
Yeah.
Actually rotating up to the top left quadrant of the map with the bulk of his army. And now 5 carriers gonna hit this 3 o'clock base. NewOcean kind of attacking on 2 different fronts right now, stretching rasowy thin just as he gets up there to the 12 o'clock to defend. Suddenly, his other expansion that was newly acquired, now under siege.
He didn't lose it up here. He lost a lot of SCVs, some turrets, but he didn't lose the CC here yet.
Right. Which is critical, because you just want that gas trickling in. So it's okay if he's not even mining minerals at the 12 o'clock, as long as he's got access to the gas.
Yeah, I mean, look at his mineral bank.
Right.
I mean, I could bail out a small country with that kind of mineral.
Pretty much.
We only have +1 on our carriers, though. That's not great. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it looks like 7 Wraiths. Cloak activated. See how quickly he can deal with these carriers. He also scans, but there's no observer here anyway.
Yeah, he was looking for it.
All these carriers are dead. That's a nice pickup for him. That's a lot of dead carriers.
That's beautiful. And now these guys are too scared to go anywhere.
Yeah, they're going to be on defensive duty only, trying to hold the line, it seems. He's going to probably remake a few observers to join with them. And he's not even producing carriers right now.
No,
NewOcean's running out of steam a little bit on.
Which is, one, why are there so many inactive probes here? There's so many. Do they just not bounce to the other mineral patches?
Well, let's look at the top left where the fight is happening on.
It's fine. It's just Goliath trying to get up a thin ramp. Nothing's happening here. Trust me.
Well, he's finally using hold position to gun down the interceptors. He's realized that he doesn't necessarily have to kill the carriers, just has to take away the DPS. Wraiths are in position as well. Have to wait till the safety of these cannons have been dissipated before they can move in. Yeah. Some dragoons on the ground showing up from behind. Oh, look, here comes the hopeful probes.
Oh, battle probes, get them! Alright, he wants to click down the tanks, yeah, because realistically, as long as you take down the tanks, the cannons will help against the Goliaths and the Wraiths, so.
Yeah. He's got a massive fleet of Wraiths now, and he's also expanding to the bottom right. This game is looking better and better for rasowy as the game ticks on. Still a little bit of a hope for NewOcean if he can build out more carriers and get observers with them. Maybe there's a way he can win this out.
Yeah, when Protoss has carriers, it's never entirely over, but this is a position most Terrans could only dream of being in.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, to say the least. This should be a rasowy victory, looking at everything on paper right now. But, you know, Terrans are known for throwing the game in weird ways at the best of times. So, still a possibility for a blunder to cost him.
Yeah. I mean, like, we haven't broken top left yet. So, no matter what, we still... NewOcean's still holding on to 2 fresh bases. Well,
and he had a window to get a probe transfer up here, which is a pretty big deal.
Yes.
It's got about 8 or so carriers in this fleet. I think he's got a slightly better upgrades on them now.
Not where you want to.
They're in the open field though. Oh, he's got 2-1 upgrades on the carriers, but it doesn't matter. They're out in the open. A few of them getting gunned down easily by the Hellfire missiles of Rasovy's Goliaths. It has a healthy counter tanks as well that pretty much anything he sends on the ground will be dealt with as well. Should be able to run over this base in the top left at this rate.
Yeah. Where are the wraiths? They're just vibing.
Just chilling.
They killed like 3 carriers and like, cool, we're done. You could absolutely yo them in here and take out the rest of the fleet.
Yeah, it does require like some fancy micro, I guess. So maybe he just doesn't want to risk losing them for free. Might not be able to keep up microing the race as well as controlling his army.
Yeah, you just need to micro them like you would mutas, right? Like you move, right click, move, right click.
It's a bit of a big ask for a Terran player that's macro-centric though, right?
That's a big ask for a Terran player, you're right.
Yeah, there's only like a few pro gamers that are really good with wraiths. You can count them on one hand.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Blend of the wraiths. Let's cloak so that way the cannons can't see us.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't really matter. Gemini missiles still tearing through the armor of those carriers quickly enough to completely kill all hope of NewOcean winning this game.
Yeah.
He is going to tap out. And a quick, well, I would say quick, a pretty confident 1-0 advantage for Rasovy going into this series.
Yeah, that's a great way to start a series. Rasovy's got to be feeling confident now. All right. You know, it was a big macro game. He went Nexus first. Still won.
Yeah, yeah. I think NewOcean is going to have to get a lot more spicier in this series to take some games. I don't think sitting back and macroing into carriers is going to be a good order of business against the macro turn.
Yeah. It's... I feel like we're going to see a 9-9 next game.
Well, let's see. He is picking a 4-player map. He's picking Polestar.
Polestar's not in the pool, though.
Yeah, it is not. We got, what, Litmus, Matchpoint, Sylphid,
Andromeda.
Attitude, Generator, Octagon, and Andromeda. So, yeah.
Come on, pick Andromeda. Pick Andromeda. Throw a wrench in everybody's plan.
I'm curious what he'll pick. Litmus isn't terrible for Protoss as well.
Litmus could be fun.
Get a gas steal, you know?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you tried to do something weird on like a match point, maybe. Or if he really wants that 4-player gamble, then Attitude's a good one. If you tried to 9-9, Sylphid's not bad, but
you could do match point and do some proxy gates or like the mineral only area or something. You just put the map.
Players,
that's so funny. You pasted the map pool, and he's like,
"What's the map pool? What do you mean it's not in the list you posted above? What is it?"
That's pretty funny.
Me, I just posted the poll. Repeats the poll.
He just said where. You pasted the poll twice, and now he's asking where. I'll just ban the map pool 5 times in a row.
It's there.
NewOcean, you are not doing any justice for your race right now.
This is the best Protoss has to offer.
Yeah, this is the Protoss brain. We're at work. Oh my god, he's still asking where did you post
I
it?
think he's got to be memeing at this point. Like,
You'd
there's
hope
no
so.
way.
Oh god.
Oh, big yawn.
You just spammed it 5 times and he's asking where did you post it. I hope he's trolling. Oh my days.
He's got to be. He's got to be. I think. All right. Well, Rasowy needed a minute to go to the bathroom anyways, so NewOcean has a minute to meme. I'll give him that. However.
Yeah.
This is
It's
generationally beautiful.
It's hard to tell if he's trolling, but I hope he is. He's like, where did you post the map pool? Or take whatever map, I don't care.
Yeah. All right. Well. All right. Well, I guess we will just take a map.
You could Wheeler names it or something, you know, like random generate a map.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Raspy's like, what's going? You know the meme from I think it's Community where like he comes back with a pizza and everything's on fire.
I'm not familiar with that meme. I know of Community, but I haven't seen lots of it.
Yeah, basically, like, the guy goes out to get the pizza and he comes back and there's like the person's like swinging the blanket on fire and everything. That's Raspy coming back to this.
Okay, finally we've got someone deciding on a map, but NewOcean still wasn't aware of the map pool. Kind of insane. I'm not even sure he was trolling, which is scary.
Protoss, this is what you have to offer us.
Yeah. Ape brain, what can you do?
Yeah, this is. I got nothing for this one. To be totally honest, it's just like, wait, are we actually serious? Is this actually happening, or?
I don't think he was trolling. That's shocking.
Oh.
Well, looks like both players are ready, guys. Let's jump in to game number 2, the losers match, NewOcean versus rasowy on Attitude. Let's get it started. Spawning down here in the bottom right, enjoying a 1-0 lead in the series thus far, the Terran rasowy. And in the bottom left, not sure what's going on with him lately. Maybe his brain stopped working or something. The Protoss NewOcean.
I mean, we kind of knew that he is playing Protoss, so I mean,
yeah.
I mean, if he lives in Germany, I don't know how he gets around with Deutschbahn if he can't figure out the map list.
Dude, that's so shocking to me that you pasted it so many times over and over again and you just didn't realize or couldn't read it. I have no idea what was happening there.
I don't want to meme on him too hard, you know. It's fun to joke about. I don't want to rag on him, but at the same time, it's like, dog, I tried. I tried.
Yeah, that was shocking to me. Well, you know, he might have some spicy builds.
Yes.
You don't necessarily have to read to play this game.
We'll assume that he saved all of his IQ for this match right here. That way he can start the comeback.
Right. Well, no gateway in the natural or anything like that. He's playing pretty standard.
Yeah, which kind of sucks for him, I think. I feel like that's not the best for him. And I think rasowy is the better macro player out of the two of them.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think if you're gonna try and play a standard game, you've got to be he's got to have something else behind this, right? Like standard into DT, or like he's got to. I feel like there's got to be something more to it if you really want to have a chance at rasowy.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep it together right now because, like, just a moment ago I saw like NewOcean's eyes like dart left and right, like just making sure that he's still here. Oh god.
And these guys are locked in. They're gaming.
I like rasowy's cam. He looks like the professor that knows his stuff.
Yeah. I can see him. I can see getting a lecture from him in class. Like you walk in, he's the professor. He's like, "All right, we're gonna learn about like thermodynamics or something." All right. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I could see him being a really smart professor for sure.
The workers kind of run into each other in the middle there. And now both players say, like, oh, they're going to be in the corner. It's like, yeah, you're going to last guide each other. Good luck.
Yeah. And this was a 12 gas from rasowy. It's going to be a very standard TVP by the looks of it.
Got to get those precise factory timings. Wolfix is here in spirit.
Yeah, 229 is the factory timing with 12 gas.
Yeah. I could probably get down by like 3 minutes with a 12 gas.
Yeah, it's not actually super easy to hit if you're not on top of your mineral optimization, to be fair.
Yeah, no, it's actually rough. But honestly, it's something to try for, and it's really impressive when players are able to do it. And I think, once again, I think I've harped on this a few times. That's one of the beauties of StarCraft, right? Is when you do something right, and you do something that's really hard to do very well, it's super cool.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of StarCraft. Like, it's such a brutal game, and most of the time you feel silly. Oh, needs to be careful not to lose this SEV. It's going to die anyway to the Dragoon.
Yeah.
But when everything does kind of click into place, there's not that many more comparisons of dopamine that can be had. When you're in that flow state and everything is just lining up perfectly, it's such a feel-good moment.
Yeah. But on the flip side, when everything goes wrong, I've never been. I haven't played in a hot minute, right? I'm really out of practice. And a buddy hit me up. He's like, "You want to play some practice games?" And I'm like, "Sure." We played one, and I could not macro to save my life. And I was like, "Cool,
Yeah.
I'm done playing for the night. Like that's it." I'm really mad at myself.
Yeah. Oh well, rasowy tried to do a little bit of a pressure play with his first Marines and tank. But, he gets shut down a little bit by these first 3 Dragoons. He has got a couple of mines here for safety. Has kind of circumnavigated.
Oh, no!
That's so painful. He's circumnavigated, having to make a bunker and then just kill 2 Dragoons with a mine. That's so rough for NewOcean.
Oh, that was... And I felt like he knew the mines were there and he was going to try and do something cute and then just didn't move back. And just hit the mine.
A lot of people miscalculate the activation range on a diagonal angle with the mines. It happens a lot.
Well, war on diagonals as a whole is kind of a weird. Some buildings have different ranges or different hitboxes based on diagonal, and it can make a lot of things hard to figure out. Like if you're Hydra busting, Andromeda's a lot different to Hydra bust than, say, Attitude, because it's going to be you're pushing it at a diagonal.
Right.
Bunkers have different ranges if you're on the top or bottom of it, right? This game is really weird with its angles sometimes, so it's a hard thing to master.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, rasowy getting a little bit confident now after killing those 2 Dragoons and softening up the 3rd one. He's moving out. He's got 3 Vultures, 2 Tanks, 2 SCVs. Gonna be seeing if he can put on some pressure at the natural. 4 Dragoons for NewOcean as these probe transferring down to the natural. Technically does have just barely enough stuff here to overwhelm these Dragoons. Does target down the low HP Dragoon very quickly. Another Dragoon about to fall as well. This is looking
we're body
very
blocking the ramp.
Yeah, these 2 SCVs can help out a lot with body blocking and repairing up the tanks as well. This attack is going to be so problematic for NewOcean to overcome. He's just taken the base at the 9 o'clock for his 3rd, and now he's at risk of elimination with this.
Yeah, this is the perfect window for rasowy to hit, and he knew it. This is just a very well done build. He saw his window,
Yeah.
he went for it.
There's a Dragoon coming from behind from that 3rd base location, but there's still plenty of mines here and 2 tanks having a bit of a field day. GG is called. Unfortunately for NewOcean, he is now eliminated from the IPSL round of 24. rasowy going to be joining us in that finals match soon.
Yes, versus JDConan.
The Barbarian.
You know, these are the two. This is what I expected the winners match to be. Is JD versus rasowy. Like, and now only one of them gets out. Like, both of these, I think, are round of 16 quality players. But I think JDConan's much closer to a round of 4 quality player than rasowy. So
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, JDConan's a little bit further ahead than rasowy is. It's a shame to say goodbye to one of them, but it's nice that we also get to see a TVZ between them.
Yeah, I'm glad that we actually are gonna get like a TVZ. For lack of anything else, it's just like we're gonna get a TVZ, and between these two, it should be good.
Yeah, the game between rasowy and Julian was okay, but it was also slightly anticlimactic. You know, we had the weird base trade scenario where the 3rd of the Zerg died for free and we got the engineering bay +1 upgrade, and then we died to hold position lurkers. So yeah, unfortunately wasn't able to close that game out. Maybe you can have a much better time of it up against JDConan. And it's a best of 3, so you know he's got some room for errors as well.
All right. Looks like JD might have stepped away for a moment, so we're gonna grab him, get him back in here, and then we can get going on this. I think this is gonna be probably one of the best decider matches in terms of. I think we're gonna have a really fun time. Like, it's gonna be good quality play. These are 2 players who are actually like in it to win it. Well, okay, let me rephrase, because that makes it sound the other players aren't. But in terms of 2 players who I think tend to grind a lot and really, I don't know. I don't want to say like wears their heart in the sleeves, because I think JDConan does a lot more rasowy. I don't know. Words escape me. Words escape me. All right, how about that?
This is a great monologue, on. You're killing it.
Look, this is why I normally do production. This is what I have you guys for. All right.
Well, talking a little bit about JDConan, he's one of these up and coming Zergs. He's improved so much in such a short period of time. Would be nice to see that trajectory continue to leave the atmosphere and go into outer orbit and become one of the best foreigner Zergs. I haven't seen pretty much any other player gain that much skill in that short of time as he has done. He's very young. I think he's like 26, and some of these other guys are in their like late 30s, early 40s type deal. So he's very fresh to the scene.
No,
he's gotten so good so quickly.
He only started playing around COVID too. Like, he is incredibly young.
Yeah.
So,
and you don't usually have that in Broodor, right? It's actually quite rare to get fresh blood into the scene, especially in the competitive level in tournament play and stuff. So yeah, really impressed by him.
There we go. Looks like rasowy's getting all of his stuff reset after that drop. Taking a quick minute here.
I think the problem is we've got this instant gratification, social media fed society, and people don't want to try and come and play a game as brutal as StarCraft and go through the trial of fire of such a difficult learning curve. It's just not
Facts.
appealing to the newer generations.
Absolutely true, and I think we were talking about it on the break, but there's a reason I think Battle Aces was probably going to be the most successful of the new RTSs that were coming out. Like when you think like Stormgate, Zero Space, Battle Aces, because it really was just make units an A move, essentially.
Yeah, it's like an arcade version of RTS, right?
Yeah.
Stripped down to the bare minimal.
And I think that is the future of gateway RTSs, right? Like when you think about our generation, the first RTS, you had Command and Conquer, you had obviously StarCraft or Warcraft, and it's like, oh, you get into that, then you get into like Age of Empires or like these other really more niche RTSs.
Right.
And not anymore.
Nope. It is what it is. Well, looks like both players are ready. Let's jump into our final match in the Group D, round of 20 for IPSL Rasowy versus JDConan on Generator.
You sure you can get all those words in at once?
Yeah, if you want me to, I can. I can go auctioneer voice. I try and avoid doing it too much these days. I used to do it a lot more during my first few years of casting, but then I realized, okay, maybe people don't want to listen to a guy basically rapping and you can't even make out half the words they're saying. So I try and avoid it.
Two lings. Do I hear 4 lings?
Don't make me laugh too much. Spawning down in the bottom right on Darren, it's Yasovi. And his opponent in the bottom left on Zerg, JDConan. But yeah, I'm not an American like you, Arn. Just because I can doesn't mean I should, right?
But that's the whole point of being able to do something, is doing it, right?
Apparently, if you ask your countrymen.
It's still, the Scottish still deep fry more things than we do.
Yeah. Well, I think, 9-hatch is probably the most meta thing on this map that we've seen. Seems like pretty much every Zerg is favoring that, and I can see why. It makes kind of sense, having those extra minerals. There's no point waiting for an Overlord to build the hatchery as well with more drones if you can afford it right away on 9-hatch. So yeah, I like it. I like that timing.
Yeah, it's...
Ooh. This is a bit different from Yasovi. He's making a very quick gas. Yeah.
Is he gonna do mech?
It could be mech. Could be like a very strange 1-base 1-1-1 build. I don't think it's going to be 2-port Wraith because he's not trying to wall in or anything.
Yeah. Oh no. The internet issues are back. Well, looks like all he's going to be trying to do is reconnect right now.
Well, if he lags out, it's better to lag out now at the start of a game than 15 minutes in at least.
Yeah. JDConan's like, crap, I got to restart my song. This was my song to play against him. He's going to lag out.
Yeah, he's messing with his playlist too much.
Yeah.
He's got it all mapped out.
I'm really curious what Rasowy, because obviously this is a new map, so evolution of strategies is still happening. Zergs have kind of figured it out, but I wonder if Rasowy has looked at this map now at this point and gone, I wonder, and just trying to do something.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's more likely to be mech, but yeah, there's no reason why this couldn't be a very spicy 1-1-1.
Yeah.
There's definitely room for it.
JDConan.
Imagine if he rushes. Imagine if he rushes into 1-base dropship and just unloads a bunch of vultures in the main of Conan or something. There's definitely other things he could do. Yeah.
There's so much space to get a drop off against the Zurich here.
Right.
Or you proxy the starport in the main, obviously.
That's a bit unnecessary.
All right.
It'd be better to float a factory in there,
And it's... StarCraft is a fun game when you have fun with it.
True. That would be interesting if he made like a second factory down here at the 6 o'clock and then like floated that in. That would be funny.
Yeah. I do love that. So for chats, because now that Raspy's like twice, chat keeps making a joke like, "Mom, get off the phone." And it's funny because obviously the cams are cropped a little bit to fit in the boxes that we have. Raspy has like someone like somebody else sitting on the couch behind him, and like he's talking to him as he plays, like between games and stuff. So I'm wondering if it's like there actually is an aspect of like, hey, can you like get off the phone real quick? I'm in the middle of my game.
Yeah. Well, at least we don't have dial-up modems anymore, so it's not as bad as it used to be.
You say that. There's still something like 12%. That was a beautiful catch up by the drone there.
Yeah, go on. What are you gonna say?
There's something like it's either like 12 or 20%. Maybe it's closer to 12%. 20% is still pretty high. There's a fairly large chunk of the U.S. that still uses dial-up as their primary connection.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. And that's after we gave the
gotta be
ISPs
trolling.
billions of dollars to run fiber to every house in the country. And there was a loophole in the contract where they just didn't have to.
I definitely heard that there's some problems in terms of monopoly with, like, you know, the providers in America and them not really doing a good service to their customers, but I didn't realize that.
What's very interesting is that most places in the U.S. that have good internet, so you have like AT&T and Cox are your main national providers, and they're the ones who suck. Like I have AT&T because they're the only ones with fiber in my area, and but God help me if I ever need help from them. Like it's just not happening. But
wait, didn't like South Park do an episode about that?
Yes, and it's not wrong. But a lot of places, ISPs, a lot of power companies, I mean, have just started becoming ISPs because they already own the power poles, and they can just run the fiber across them. So I know several places in Oklahoma where the power companies are the internet providers as well, and they usually have like good internet, good rates. They're like, oh yeah, $60 a month for gig fiber. It cost us nothing because we already own the poles and everything, and they'll just do it.
Yeah.
But
by the way, rasowy is playing off one single factory mech and now going into turrets. This is
weird.
Very interesting stuff. Yeah, we don't usually see this style of Terran at all.
This would normally be like a 2-fact Goliath. I wonder if he's cutting the second factory to get the turrets up quicker instead of prioritizing Goliaths.
I guess. I'm not sure how good that is, but he's doing it anyway. We've already got the Mutalisks out now.
I guess the argument, and I don't know if it's a good argument, but I guess the main argument here would be that it's easier to dive on the Goliaths than turrets, I guess. Like, Goliaths are a little bit squishier. And so if you sacrifice a few Goliaths to have extra turrets around, it's a bit better. But I don't know,
maybe,
to be honest.
I think I prefer the second factory either way, but that's just me. He's even going to pick off one of these turrets. Now he can start one-shotting SCVs since he's got the magic number 7. And does manage to kick him away eventually, but already taking quite a lot of damage, and Conan's going to speed up. He's going to take a very fast 4th base after this.
Yeah, and he's not even taking the natural, because he took the top left main. Instead of taking the natural, he's just going straight for another base.
Well, against mech, it's actually better to spread out the bases because of how immobile the units are. You know, like you don't want to give them like a 2-for-1 deal by attacking the top left and getting both of the bases killed. So it's not a bad idea to play like this.
Oh, that's a burrowed link. He got burrow quick, which is a great thing to do against the mech.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah.
And race. Like anytime you see a factory go down, burrow is one of those things you should get. In fact, I've seen some people say that you should get burrow before ling speed, if you can confirm it's mech. Because
you don't really need ling speed against mech, to be honest. I guess against one factory mech, you could flood lings though and kill them, to be fair.
Yeah. There's some options. But burrow is, since they don't ever scan, you're not going to get scanners forever. You'll be able to have infinite vision.
Yeah, if they're going tech mech, eventually they'll have a vessel, but it'll be so far away.
Yeah, I mean,
Take ages. This is the strangest 5-factory Goliath I've seen in a while. Like, you don't... I mean, obviously 5-factory Goliath is a build, but the way he's done it has been a bit reserved with just the 1 factory opening.
yeah, most times when I see Goliath build, it's 2 Goliath into a control group of Goliath, you try and pressure, and then you transition into 5-fact mech. That's what I've seen a lot of people do, and I've died to it a lot, so I'm a bit of an expert in losing to it. But
well, against 5-factory Goliath, you don't have to transition, right? You can either make a second Spire and just double down on muta production and go crazy. I wonder if he is thinking about a second Spire or not. Looks like he's not. He's actually got 2 Evos, so I think he's lining up for a transition that he doesn't even need to go for.
yeah, I wonder what his... Oh, he's got even a macro hatch over here. Wonder if he's gonna put... No Hydroden yet.
Well, I don't think he wants to go Hydras until he's confirmed that he needs to transition, but he's already setting up for it with the upgrades.
Yeah, this thing is with mech, it's all like Hydras are always going to be your best option, especially once you get queens to pick off the tank.
Yeah.
Oh, 12 HP. Or is he gonna repair
does he repair it? Is he gonna repair it? 3, 2, 1. Ah!
And now it's raining debris over these poor SCVs.
Yeah, these working conditions are suboptimal to say the least.
OSHA would not approve of this.
It's interesting because he's doing basically like a 5-factory Goliath build, but he's also squeezing out some tanks.
Yeah, I feel like tanks are one of the most important parts because if you throw down 5 Sunkens, Goliaths are gonna, no matter how many Goliaths you have, they're gonna struggle to break it. But you can just set up a tank or 2 outside of their range and just chew through it.
Yeah, I don't know if I like playing mech and being this passive though, unless you're going tech mech with like, you know, double armory and vessels. But he's not. He's doing like a 5-factory style, but not putting on pressure or not lining up to attack.
Yeah. That's why I wonder if he's trying out something for this map, if he's just curious about how something plays out on this map specifically. Because this is a very weird build for any time normally.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to say. We'll see what his overall game plan is. Like, is he just going to try and expand off of this, or is he actually going to push? We've got like 2 groups of mutas, and Hydras are starting to come out now as well. And
one thing that I love doing that JDConan I can tell is doing is with Burrow, you can use, instead of having an Overlord in your group, you put a Burrow Ling or a Burrow unit in general as your like anchor unit. So that way it never accidentally just YOLOs into the enemy base.
Right. No, this is pretty rough. Like, he's lost a lot of Goliaths, and he's now targeting down the armory as well.
Oh, he gives up on it though.
Yeah. That's not too bad for rasowy. Could have been better for Conan, but it wasn't the worst trade either. One thing you can do against mech is you like split the 2 groups of mutas off, and you like kind of distract them in the natural or something, and just as they respond to that, you fly into the main with the other control group and kind of rinse and repeat from 2 different angles.
You got to abuse the fact that Goliaths are really hard to move around.
Yeah. Conan staying on 4 bases. Doesn't necessarily need to. You can kind of play as wide as you want against mech and take as many bases as you can handle.
Yeah, and honestly, wider is a bit better because of how long it'll take. If he comes over here and breaks your natural, but you're taking all of the top right, it doesn't really matter nearly as much as long as you rebuild your tech.
Yeah, yeah.
And most of his tech's actually in the top left instead of in his main. He's got his Hydroden over here, which is more important. I guess he's got the Spire here. He's got Evos in both bases.
I'm not sure if this was too slow of play from rasowy. We're about to find out in just a second. He has got 5 tanks with these Goliaths, so a decent opportunity to trade against the Hydras. But if he gets caught unsieged, so it could overwhelm this position. Pretty big engagement now. All the tanks are on the front lines getting picked off. That's not a
Yes.
good way to start the day for our Terran, and now just one single siege tank helping out against so many Hydras from JDConan. Looks
God,
like
so
rasowy
much.
is just in so much trouble now.
GG. Yeah, he just pushes right through that. That was beautiful.
Yeah. Well, maybe rasowy was trying something out, but I personally didn't like the strategy there. I
Yeah.
feel like you need to be either a lot more active and aggressive with a 5 factory Goliath, or play more reserves and tech up quickly, get the additional upgrades, science facility, vessels, and take a third base.
Yeah. I would be very curious to see what he was thinking there.
Well, who knows? He might turn this around, manage to win the next 2 games, and we can ask him in an interview.
Yeah, I mean, a series is a series, and now you go on to more standard maps you probably know a little bit better, then you
Yeah.
have a better chance, hopefully. Hopefully for his sake.
Yeah, yeah. I do think JDConan's just a better player overall, so I won't be too surprised if JDConan slaps him down in this next game as well.
Yeah. I mean, the only downside of JDConan winning is he doesn't really speak English, so he can't do a winner's interview. And last season, Goose did a pre-interview. Unfortunately, Goose has been super busy of late, and I didn't want to ask him because he has been, yeah,
Yeah, but he could just
busy
come
man.
in here and sing us a song.
Can you come in here and sing the songs you were singing?
Give us a little performance.
Yes. And then that's it. That's your interview.
We'll ask him what his favorite song is, and he just starts singing it.
Yeah, can you give us your playlist by chance? All right, looks like
That's okay.
Rasovy's rebooting here, trying to get his internet issue resolved, which is
Yeah.
fair and also a good idea.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Look, if people tried that, I'd be out of a job. So I try to hope they haven't tried that yet. The moment everyone learns that if you do that, you solve 98% of your issues, it's the day that I have to find a new career.
I was like hearing stories about like people like lying in their interviews and saying that they're really good with like Excel or something, and suddenly the entire office is like asking for their help nonstop, and they kind
Yeah.
of just muddle through and like run to the bathroom and have to like Google solutions to Excel, you know?
You see, that's the perk of working in IT is that everyone knows that I'm just gonna Google the answer. So you come to me and ask me something, it's like, yeah, all right, give me 1 minute here. Google. Oh yeah, I can fix that.
Yeah. Rasowy not having the best of time with his internet right now. Yeah, tell him to turn off the torrents. What's your prediction then? Do you think this is going to game 3, or are we going to see a 2-0 here?
I think we can make game 3. I think Razby has, if he really tries and he does something he's really good with, I think he has a chance of making game 3.
Mm.
I think.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
if I was a betting man, I would bet on the 2-0, but that's just
yeah.
me.
I lean towards the 2-0 because, like I said, it's one of those. If Razby takes every ounce of everything he's got and throws it at it, he could probably pull a map. But once again, that means he's got to summon everything, not have internet issues, and that's still only like a 60-40 maybe.
I think his main problem was just a suboptimal build order last
Yeah.
game. Maybe he can have a better showing in the next one. Like, you do kind of like not have that many turrets when you go for an extra factory, but you kind of need to make sure your Goliath count is high enough that you can actually attack, you know, rather than just let the Zerg sit back and macro full base.
Yeah, it's it reminds me of like why One Rack's Academy fell out of play, right? Is you just don't have enough units when things go sideways. The attacks come.
There's someone in chat talking to you saying that they
Yes, I see
posted an
that.
18. Oh, you see it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously we're in the middle of something. I haven't really looked at it, but I mean, 18. Do I need to feed my storage addiction and add more 18 terabyte drives to my? I actually do need to rebuild my storage.
Why'd you need that much storage? Like, how much 4K porn are you downloading?
Hey, first of all, it's only Zerg replays, which is basically the same thing.
Replays aren't that big.
No, but I actually try and do a lot of VOD storage, but I also need to
Okay.
nuke my OBS before I can. So, a little bit for people who don't stream and don't use OBS, you can set audio channels, right? So like channels 1 through 6. And I can say like, oh, your microphone goes in channel 1, mine goes in 2, the game's in 3, right? So on and so forth. And
Okay.
None of that works right now for some reason.
Well, we're jumping into our second game in the final match between Rasowy and Conan. Let's get it. And spawning down here in the bottom left on Terran, Rasowy. And his opponent in the top left, bouncing in his chair, feeling good right now. 1-0 up in the series. It's JDConan.
And JDConan being 26, this good, this full of energy, like playing around like this, like it gives you hope for the future of the game, right? That we can actually still be here in 30, 40 years talking about StarCraft with the next generation.
Yeah, we need a few more guys like him, but it's a good start.
Yeah. It's that glimmer of hope.
Yeah, he's very animated. I like that he's just vibing while he's playing.
And I think this is something that everyone, like I don't want to call it like the old guard, quote unquote, all the people who played like early 2000s, like mid 2010s, who are like, oh no, this game's got to be hard as possible. You need to be angry when you play it. Like, this is like how you play it. If you're having fun, you're doing it wrong. You know?
I don't personally subscribe to that. We're playing games at the end of the day. You gotta have fun while you're doing it. And this is a 9-pool gas trick from JDConan to start things off. A little bit different.
I like it.
There's a wall in as well, the natural, and sometimes the 9-pool can do a little bit of damage here.
Yeah, close spawns. You have a decent chance. We're gonna have to pull like 3 or 4 SCVs to try and keep the wall.
Yeah, the one thing going for Rasowy is that, the Marines aren't spawning on the outside of the wall or anything like that, so it shouldn't be too hard to defend. We'll see.
You got very lucky with his spawns here. Oh, Overlord's gonna reveal everything. Oh, now we know where each other are.
Yeah, if the spawn locations were reversed, it'd be a bit more suboptimal for Rasowy. So even though it's close spawns, it's not the worst case scenario.
Yeah, this is... If you're gonna wall, you always want to wall on a map where your Marines can spawn on the inside, like on a spawn point.
Ideally,
that's like the dream.
Yeah. Especially against early pool timings.
Yeah, but we'll see how he holds it. Because like I said, if he's not scouting, right? He has not bothered to send an SCV out.
That's risky. That's very risky.
So there's a decent chance these lings just run in here, maul this Marine down, and then jump into the main.
He's gonna run the lings around to 9 to hide from the SCV scout that's non-existent.
We're gonna go for the CC here. All right, we do put this SCV in the wall, but we should be able to munch him down pretty quick.
He's actually too far out, so he gets some good surface area with the lings. Ooh, having a bit of issues getting the kill on that. Finally does clear it up.
That's a cheeky little spot.
And since he started the 3rd Marine late, it's a little bit problematic. He can now get a surround on the Marine just as it pops out.
Beautiful.
That's pretty rough for Rasowy. He can box in some of these lings with the SCVs, but pretty good compensation for this early game investment from our Zerg.
Oh, and we delay the command center. Ooh. Oh, no.
Yeah, I think JDConan can be pretty happy about how that turned out. He definitely got the higher end of the spectrum of damage with those first 6 lings while he's transitioning into a more normal 2-hatch build behind this.
Yeah, this is the kind of damage you're not supposed to get with this build anymore. But if you refuse to scout, you're gonna get punished eventually.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it. If he just SCV scouts, then he can block with an additional SCV and none of this happens, but it is what it is.
Yeah, because you can just sit there and repair your SCV. It's like a 4-pool. You just sit there and you repair your SCVs, and the Marines pop out behind it. You shoot it all down.
Although against a 4-pool, you basically have to bring every SCV out to defend.
Well, yeah. I mean, or you don't, and you can lose, and that's fine by me personally.
As a Zerg player.
Certified 4-pooler, yes. Man.
Well, there's definitely room for rasowy still turning this game around. He's actually moving out with some Marines to see if he can get some counter damage done.
Yeah, this has got potential.
Lings do pop out. Ooh, it's only 3 lings. Here comes 5 now, though. So he's going to get some denial of mining, but with the speed lings, should be able to clean this up very quickly.
Oh, the Marines just don't shoot for a moment there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, with the speedlings, there's almost nothing you can do in that situation. Sometimes you can tuck right behind the minerals and kill a drone as they come back into mine, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Zealot. You just kind of get it stuck behind the minerals, and then you just got to send in links until it's gone.
This game is not going so good for rasowy, has to be said. JDConan's looking pretty good right now.
It was a cute idea to send the Marines in, but JDConan always wants to have a few lings around. And that's if he didn't build those lings, we're looking at, no mining in the natural, probably a couple dead drones.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little bit ambitious, but I guess it's annoying.
Yeah, if there's no reaction, you can try and get a bit of damage done, but realistically, it'd be very hard to not react to lings hitting your wall.
Can you imagine if you just let it die and be like, what is going on?
And I don't know. I've seen some weird games casting CSL, which is like a sub 1800 MMR tournament, but I don't think I would see that in IPSL. Yeah,
before I knew about what CSL was, CPL rather, I thought like the play would be slightly higher than it was. Like I'd just come back to playing StarCraft. I had no idea what CPL was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that the quality of play would be slightly higher, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean everyone's got to start somewhere, right?
True. Yeah, I didn't realize it was like just a school for the newer players,
Yeah, it's one of those like I feel like I've seen a few people who have come back. It's like, oh, I used to play in like early 2000s. I'm back, and they're probably not the target audience for CPL, but they join and it's like, oh, okay, maybe I do know how to play the game. Versus someone who's like, I think last season some guy signed up with his 9-year-old son. Like both of them were playing for like the first time. And it was really wholesome, really cool, but they were absolutely different quality of players than someone like you coming back after a hiatus or something.
Yeah. I think I got placed in tier 1, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. I'm in tier 1, and then realized that they're promoting me to tier 0 right away. Okay.
Yeah. Congrats, you have been promoted to watcher. You can watch the streams. You're too good.
That's the crazy thing about StarCraft. If you can remotely micro, your league's above the average player.
Yeah, but I mean, how long did that take for StarCraft to figure out as a whole, right? Like, Mutamicro took what, years to become a thing in the
decent amount of time. Yeah, Shark from NBC Game figured it out, and then July's popularized it.
Yeah, that's still like 2002 maybe.
Yeah, it's a few years.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Terrans were having a field day with Zergs up until that point.
Yeah. Freaking Terrans, man. They got all the easy
Well,
tools.
Well, most of the maps didn't really like support, a quick natural gas base for Zerg. You kind of had to like take a choke
Also
point just
true.
to sunken it up. You know what I mean? Like it was terrible. The map
Yeah.
design was not favoring Zergs at all.
Thanks, Blizzard.
Well, we got plenty of mutas here for JDConan. He's actually way ahead of supply than rasowy, so definitely indicating a very strong lead.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got all that good early game damage. Sorry, not to cut you off.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's good. He's going to cycle out the low HP mutas, keep them fresh, give rasowy a little bit of a shave, just a bit off the top here, try and keep the viable count as manageable as possible.
Yeah, he's just gonna dive on this.
Oh my god. He can actually kill everything if he wanted to.
Yeah, I think he heard the two mutas dying, was like, and then realized, like, wait, no, I could. But by the time you could dive back in, you're running into the wall of Terran instead of the straggler.
Yeah. It's a slight misplay from JDConan. Like, as soon as you get the ball that small, he should be pulling in the additional mutas to clear up the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. He's still in a fantastic spot.
He's spending too much time singing.
He's just chilling.
5 medics here. We haven't done anything to slow down the medic count, which is really good for Terran.
Yeah, at least he's not short of healing. But he is not making much progress either.
No, he really can't leave his natural. But the Marines
one
that
thing
survive,
going
they're
for him-
very healthy.
Well, the one thing going for him is it's actually quite hard for Zerg to take a 4th gas on this map. So if somehow he can trade a little bit better and start to get out on the map, maybe there's a way of turning this game around. But it's looking pretty dire since he's bleeding off so many Marines to this micro.
Yeah, but we've already got lurkers coming up. We've got our hive started. Like, JDConan's hitting all of his transition points behind this. Meanwhile, we're just getting our starports up, going up to 5 racks. We're just getting our second energy bay. Like, wait, how did we not have one yet? Like, there's turrets. Brain.
Definitely, yeah. Well, the starports are a little bit late.
Yeah.
Not a lot late, but enough that it's problematic. He's probably not going to have a pre-consumed timing to punish.
No, he's gonna. By the time
He
the
actually
raids
might
are
just
coming out,
die.
yeah.
The lurkers could come out to this ridge line and start putting a chokehold onto him.
Does he lose to 4 more
Slowly
hold
push.
position lurkers?
He doesn't need to hold position lurker. He's just going to run it down onto him. Oh my god, split the Marines!
Oh! Actually, some decent splits there.
Yeah, it's hard though, because once you split the Marines, the mutas have an easier job of microing them down. He's shimmying his way closer and closer to that natural location. This is real dire straits now for rasowy. He's just gonna tap out, and JDConan is gonna be joining us in that round of 16. A valiant effort from rasowy, but he is eliminated.
He played well. Unfortunately, it's a rough group. He got tricked up by Julian. Ends up going against JDConan, who, in my opinion, is probably one of the strongest players in the tournament. And
yeah, he's pretty good.
I mean, he probably could have been top. He would have been top 4. He just lost in a ZZ to Ziki, which, I mean,
right.
He also went 3-2 that series, right? In a best of 5. So,
Yeah. I definitely see JDConan as like a semi-finalist type player. He's nothing to sneeze at for sure.
So, unfortunate for rasowy that his run ends here, but good on JDConan. He makes it out of the group second. Of course, we can't do an interview because my Spanish isn't that good. I passed Spanish in high school with a 67. So
it's probably better than mine, which is not saying much.
Yeah. Hola.
yeah, I can do hola. Maybe like senorita or something like that. I don't know hardly any Spanish, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's about all I remember. Maybe a little bit of Dora, but that's about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
eventually on, we'll have AI which can like do live translations where you talk and they hear it in the other language and vice versa.
So Apple has that. Fun fact: certain languages are supported with their Apple Intelligence, right? Their AI that they're stealing from somebody else. I think it's ChatGPT these days, or it might be Gemini. But if you have your AirPods in, like the fancier AirPods and the fancier iPhones, obviously you're required.
Okay.
But there's like a handful of languages that are supported that if they talk to you, it'll auto translate.
Well, we need that on the desktop platform, is all I'm going to say.
I agree, and either it's gonna get way too expensive and never exist, or it's gonna get really cheap in the next couple of years and we'll all have it. So.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, anything else you want to say before we close out?
Do not miss ASL tomorrow. It's going to be Group C, Bisu, Ample, Jadong, and Flash. Going to be one of the sickest groups in ASL in a long, long time. Please don't miss it. We'll be casting that live over on ASL English on the Soup streaming platform. If you want to go catch that, you can check the Liquipedia page to see the countdown. Make sure you can actually make that. I know for some of you American guys, it's too early in the morning to do that. But if you are a European or something and you can get up in the morning and you're not, having to run to work or something, please come in and tune in live. That's going to be a real special day for ASL.
Yes, I agree. I can't wait. And honestly, you are a lucky man to get to cast that group. I'm
I
only
feel
like
honored.
only
Yeah.
like a lot of bit jealous. It's fine.
I feel very honored and privileged. I'm not going to lie.
Yes. Well, thank you all for watching, guys. Next week we have our CSL tournament, but then the week after we will pick up with the last groups of IPSL round of 24. We hope to see you then, guys. CS LAN tickets are coming. Make sure you get your tickets. And until next time, peace.
Thanks, guys.